Well, the end of line for some and the start of it all for some others. Good evening, Chris Cottrell joining you from our Logos broadcast booth tonight here in the press box at Bearcat Stadium. Tonight, it's rivalry football with Scottsbluff hosting Gering. Coverage in a few different spots, KNB.TV, and that also means you can watch on Allo Channel 15 and Mobius Channel 1500. Plus, we've got the radio call, of course, right here on 106.9 The Trail, and always streaming online with radio broadcasts on The Trail at KHYYFM.com. Glad to have you as we get started tonight with our Platte Valley Company's pregame show. Let's start. I mentioned the end of the line for some. Let's start there. For Gering, this is going to be their final game of the season. Record at 0-8 for first-year head man Danny O'Boyle. The Bulldogs coming off a blowout loss last week at C1 Mitchell, a team on their way to the postseason. Scottsbluff, well, a win tonight. They'll be locked into a playoff berth in Class B. Even an unexpected loss, they could still possibly squeeze in. The Cats 4-4 on the year, 3-3 for NSAA purposes, and coming off a crushing loss at McCook last week, 13-10, a game in which they won the line of scrimmage, won the turnover battle +3, and still lost the game. A few mistakes and a pair of huge plays from the Bison leading to that road loss for Scottsbluff. They enter tonight at number 12 in power points. There might not be much more ground to gain in those standings. We'll hear more on that from head coach Judd Hall coming up here in a few minutes. For the Gering perspective on tonight's game, it's great to bring in my partner for this one. That'd be Adam Ostick, and I'd like to say up front, done a great job doing color all season long with Jeff on the Gering broadcast. Adam, appreciate your willingness to step in and get out and have some fun on Friday nights with us. So even at 0-8, not a lost season for Gering in year one for Coach O'Boyle. You've got to highlight the positives. You've got to try to focus on some of the things to build on. What are some of those things, do you think?
Well, thanks, Chris. Thanks for the nice words. Really appreciate calling this season. Football really starts with a foundation. You have to have the fundamentals. You need to build a culture. And I think that's what Coach O'Boyle really excelled at this year, really working on that practice structure, showing up every day, film study, that day in, day out stuff that really makes you a better football team. And I think we've seen some improvements as the season goes on from where they were in week 1 to where we are now, week 9, where there's some really big improvements. This team is not quite as bad as that record shows. There was some games in there that could have won and they should have won. And, really, I think that foundation's set for a really long, successful career for Coach O'Boyle and for the Gering program.
So how about this series of late? It's a rivalry recently in name only. Scottsbluff has won 10 straight. Average score in those games, and I rounded up 44-8. Gering's last win came back in 2009. So it's been a decade as Scottsbluff goes for 11 in a row here tonight. It's been a hammer-nail rivalry, and honestly, things don't figure to change much here tonight, but that's why you play the games, that's why you kick the ball off, and that's why we are all here. Even in a year where the Cats are just 500, it would take a monumental effort for Gering tonight to pull a major, major upset. We've got both head coaches to get to still on our pregame show. One extended segment with Gering coach Danny O'Boyle, and then 2 shorter segments with Scottsbluff head coach Judd Hall. We'll get started with those here on the Platte Valley Company's pregame show when we come back right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard? Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
If you can get Radzimski into some space, something, just so close.
You hear that good enough?
Yep.
Number 38, a senior in safety, Kobe Carzales. Number 45, a senior defensive back, Anselmo Camacho. Number 71, a senior on the offensive line, Tyler Smith. Number 73, a senior on the offensive and defensive line.
We're back on our Platte Valley Company's pregame show. Chris Cottrell with you. Let's get things turned over to Jeff Kelly, our play-by-play man with Gering throughout the season. He spoke earlier this week with pregame coaches' comments with Gering coach Danny O'Boyle.
Tough to say, but it's been a strange season. Do you feel like you've reached a lot of the goals that you wanted to going into this season?
I would say probably about half. When we look at terms of wins and losses, obviously that's not where we want to be. There's been some weeks this season that we've showed a lot of improvement, and we've shown the type of football team that we can be. But on the other hand, we've also had weeks, like last week, where things just seem to fall apart at the seams, and one thing leads to another, and that's been probably the most disappointing thing, is that we haven't been very consistent throughout the year. At times we're still reverting back to old ways, but the younger guys are showing a lot of promise, and that's been very exciting, and we've been trying to make sure that they know that we think a lot about them. They're the future of the program, and we need to keep them working hard, and we need to keep them in Gering. So, kind of a loaded question, I guess. I would say about half of the goals.
When we talked Friday after the Mitchell game, you said that practices go good, but it's just not translating over into Friday night. Is that kind of just a want-to thing by the players?
Obviously it's easy to go against each other in practice, and I think that's where it gets watered down. Some of the guys have taken it easy on themselves, and we're preaching every day that they can't do that. They've got to simulate game reps by going 100%. Doesn't matter who's across from you, and so I think it is, but I think it's just kind of a lot of the teams we're playing, they are a little bit more athletic than we are, and they do seem to have a little bit more talent than we do. So that definitely plays into it as well. I think it just comes down to our effort needs to be better at all times.
These seniors that will be playing their last game here tonight, they've gone through 3 coaches in their high school careers. How do you think they've kind of responded this season?
Well, I think it's been tough. Any time that you even undergo one coaching change, it makes a big difference on kids. And for them to have 3 different coaching staffs, it's something that kind of plays into their psyche a little bit, because I'm sure we're preaching, a lot of the stuff that's been preached in the past. And whereas success hasn't been following with it, it's one of those things where you never truly know how much of it they're taking into account. But I think they've done a good job. And there's been times where we've shown signs of giving up, but I don't think we've completely checked it in quite yet. And I think they've done a good job of handling all the adversity that they've faced this year, with younger guys getting quarantined to them playing a football game with 19 kids. And now we have 2 seniors in quarantine, and it's been crazy for them. And I'm really proud of the way they've handled it, because they show up day in and day out, and for the most part, their buy-in has been pretty good.
This week's opponent, Scottsbluff, you coached over there. What kind of things did you see from that program, that staff, that you tried to bring over here when you were named head coach?
Just not trying to overcomplicate things. They do a pretty good job of simplifying things for their kids and bottom lining things for them. Obviously Joe Benson has done an excellent job and he built that program up, but with the guys they still have that were there, with Deaver, Mangini, all these guys, and actually I don't think Mangini's there now, but him and Judd Hall, they're good guys. Obviously when Jake was there, Treffer's over there still, and they've got a lot of guys that they know how to win, and they do a good job of instilling that in the kids and getting them to buy into what their core beliefs are, and that's something that I learned a lot when I was over there, and definitely have molded my coaching style over the past couple of years. But yeah, I definitely did learn a lot of things from their staff.
Rivalry game, you played in it, you've coached in it. What do you tell the players? How do you keep the emotions in check, and how important is that?
Well, with the rivalry game, one, we've got to be competitive to make it a rivalry. And we told them last night, records are out the window. You're 0-0 this week. You're playing a familiar opponent. You know all their players. They know all you guys. If we make it bigger than it is, then it will be bigger than it is. We tell the kids every week, this is the most important game on your schedule because this is the game that you're playing this week. And with this week being our last game, obviously we're out of playoffs. We keep telling the kids, what do you have to lose? Lay it all out there and see what happens. But as far as, the extracurricular things that go on in the game, that's something that you always have to keep an eye on, and you hope it doesn't escalate to that point. And I don't think it will. But it's just one of those things where, where you do know the kids personally, and they know each other. It's one of those things where tensions can get a little bit higher, and they can kind of get a little bit more personal with each other. So it's just one of those things that you got to remind them that we've got to play. We've got to play with our pads, and we can't talk.
So you kind of know what Scottsbluff's all about. Things haven't changed through Joe Benson, through Judd Hall. They don't have the talent that they've had in the past, though. But it's still Scottsbluff. How do you attack them?
Well, they're still a smash mouth football team. They're going to run the ball a ton. They're going to try to outnumber you at the line of scrimmage in certain spots, and they're going to get downhill. And they pretty much dare you to stop them because Their offense isn't overly complicated. They pull a lot of people and run behind them. They run counters off it, so they do have some misdirection there, and they'll hit you with play action too. But it's one of those things where if you're not stopping the run, they're going to continue to come downhill at you. And it's just one of those things where we have to be physical at the line of scrimmage. And if we are, then that'll open a lot of doors for us. But it's one of those things where we kind of had a similar game plan going in last week, where if we were physical at the line of scrimmage, we felt like we had a decent game plan, and then we didn't tackle very well, and that led to a lot of big runs from a while last week, and that could very well happen again tonight if we're not assignment smart and we don't take care of what we need to take care of, because Galindo's a good back, they've got Ostick back there, and Brett Hill's a good athlete. They've got a lot of weapons that can beat you in the backfield. They're going to run the ball, and we know that, so we've got to be able to stop the run. Final game of the year, do you just kind of go with the status quo as far as on your side of the ball? Yes. We're going to try to do what we want to do, and it's another one of those weeks where, looking at alignments on film, we should be able to take advantage of a lot of things if we execute up front, and that's been the biggest. Our backs are going to have to hit the hole hard, and then we're just going to have to be smart with the football. We've got to find ways to extend drives. We've got to find ways to get into the end zone. It seems like every week we score once, and then our offense settles, and then we get into these 3-and-outs, and we get into we'll drive the field, and then we'll turn it over. So we've got to be able to extend drives and take care of the football tonight. All right. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you.
That was Gering head football coach Danny O'Boyle. One segment tonight for the road team here in this rivalry. We'll have two segments on the way with Scottsbluff coach Judd Hall right after this on the Rural Radio Network. We're back on our Plant Valley Company's
Plant seeds of safety around irrigation equipment. Here are some potential hazards. Avoid moving irrigation equipment on windy days. Never try to remove an irrigation pipe that is contacting a power line. Keep spray from irrigation systems away from power lines. Make sure wiring is always grounded properly. Stay away from irrigation systems during lightning activity. We should always promote safety in all fields of endeavor. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63.
All right, we're back tonight on our Platte Valley Company's pregame show on the Rural Radio Network, getting set for rivalry football action with Gering across town to play at Scottsbluff. Head coach Judd Hall, time for pregame coach's comments with the Scottsbluff head man, brought to you by The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing. See Shane Wilson and his staff to be in The Zone all season long. Well, Coach, a lot to cover from last Friday night. Disappointing loss at McCook. And, boy, sometimes football's a funny game, sports in general. Both head coaches, yourself and Coach Gross, that said throughout the week that really who controls the line of scrimmage, wins the line of scrimmage, probably wins the football game. I don't really think that's the way it played out. I thought you guys probably won the line of scrimmage for the better part of that night outside of the McCook game-winning drive. Boy, it was a difficult one to stomach, wasn't it?
It was. After, you go back and evaluate and you watch the film, I thought our kids played extremely hard, and I thought we played a great football game, minus a few plays here or there. But that's what it takes in a big-time game like that. You have to be your team has to be willing to make those big plays. And, McCook made those big plays when they needed them, so credit to them. But I thought our kids played a great game of football on Friday night.
So late first half, McCook has the football. They were behind the chains, 3rd and long. They complete their only pass of the night. It goes for a long touchdown with under 30 seconds to play. Gives them the lead and the momentum heading into the locker room. What'd you see after going back and watching film that allowed that play to happen?
They stretched the zone vertical. They ran a 3-by-1 set and ran 3 verticals to the field side, 2 verticals right up the hash. We covered the inside vertical and left the inside and the outside vertical, left the middle vertical route open, and they made a great play there to end the half, or close to end the half.
And then second half, you guys made some adjustments. You come out and you take the game over physically. It felt like, from my perspective, it looked like you guys had kind of established the physical nature of the football game on your sideline. And then you get down and you're trying to take a 2-score lead. You got 1st and goal inside the 5. Maybe just take us through that set of plays and how things developed.
First down, we had a bobbled snap. So kind of a busted play. On 2nd down, we had a missed blocking assignment to not gain any yards. On 3rd down, we ran a sprint pass or a rollout pass, and we had 2 guys in the same location on that play call. Then on 4th down, we mishandled the snap on the PAT attempt. So I would say we had 4 plays from inside the 5-yard line, and we did not execute on any of the 4 plays. That 4-play series right there was probably the difference in the game.
They go on a 96-yard drive. Art busts a huge 44-yard scramble. How deflating is that for a defense? How much does that just take out of a unit's tank after a play like that? You called a timeout immediately, after the play to probably just let those guys catch their breath, but that had to take a lot out of the tank.
I think it did, and that's what the timeout there was for, to try and to just refocus and say, hey, forget about it. They still have to score a touchdown. They got 40 yards to go. We've been playing great defense, so take a time out there, get them a drink of water, calm everything down, still say, hey, they still have to score, guys. So we got a chance to hold them out here and still find a way to win the game. I think we battled down the stretch there, gave up a 15-yard penalty there to give them another first down and an extra set of yards there in that last drive. So, you take that last drive, we gave them 59, 60 yards of that 96-yard drive in one play and then a penalty.
Talking with head coach for Scottsbluff, Judd Hall. We'll talk a little bit about playoff positioning and get to this Gering matchup when we come back right after this on the Rural Radio Network. All right, we're back to
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Lee's Heads.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
At Renewal by Andersen, it's about our people. We're a family-owned local company with the best windows, patio doors, and installation teams anywhere. But before our customers ever get to installation, they speak with our advisors in the office. We're so proud of our people. They're very experienced, organized, and at Renewal by Andersen, we know that our customers' time is so valuable. We assure you signature service from the first phone call to the installation day. Renewal by Andersen, a local family company. It's about our people.
Back tonight on our Platte Valley Company's pregame show, wrapping things up right now with Scottsbluff head coach Judd Hall coming off the tough loss at McCook. And Coach, that loss kind of put the team behind the 8 ball as far as playoff positioning is concerned, and whether it's home game, road game, now going to be a road game. Where are you at right now as far as how high can you jump? What do things look like? It's pretty topsy-turvy right now, from all the way from 1 to 16, it would appear, in Class B.
It is, and I think we're sitting 12th right now in power points with a week to go, and I think that's as high as we can go. I have a couple of scenarios worked up where if we win, that's kind of where we're going to stay, and I have a couple of scenarios worked up where if we lose, we're out of the top 16. So we've been talking about it with our kids all week that we're in playoff mode right now.
Obviously, the struggles continue this year for the program crosstown with the Gering High Bulldogs. Danny O'Boyle in his first year on staff. When Danny was coaching on the Scottsbluff staff, what did you see in Coach O'Boyle that let you know he was going to be a good high school football coach?
Just extremely knowledgeable about the game. Played at a high level in high school, played at a high level in college, and then has a chance to work on 3 different steps
to the second season.
I think you have to start fast, whether we're on defense first or whether we're on offense first. If we if Gering receives the ball, we have to come out, and our goal has to be get a 3 and out to start the game and try and flip the field position right away. If we get the kickoff, if we receive, we got to find a way to at least get 2 or 3 first downs to flip the field. So we have to find a way to start fast and flip the field position in our favor from the start.
There you have it from Judd Hall. Kickoff coming up here in just a few moments. Gering cross town to take on Scottsbluff at Bearcat Stadium. Coach, as always, appreciate the time. Best of luck tonight. We'll visit with you after the ball game.
Thank you very much, Chris. We appreciate it.
We'll come back.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son, or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees, and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
Chris Cottrell, Adam Ostick, glad to have you on board tonight. We're here in our Logos broadcast booth. Logos, they're your home for all that screen printing and embroidery, any needs you might have. Shop their showroom or have something custom made. That's at Logos. Jeremy, his crew, man, they do a great job over there. 10th Street, downtown Gering. Scottsbluff to kick it away to the Bulldogs tonight. Opening kickoff brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. Placido Rodriguez kick comes down to about the 5-yard line. Nice return for Tyler Garrett out to right near the 25 for the Bulldogs. And Adam, the Bulldogs are going to need to find a way to at least pick up some first downs in this first quarter tonight, build a little bit of confidence, and not just give the ball right back to the Cats quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. They're really going to need a start a drive here, moving down the field, try to get something. They've been on a lot of 3-and-outs this year, and that just kills drives, kills momentum.
Chance Simons, Nick Mogg, 2 of the best along this defensive front for Scottsbluff. Tyler Smith up front as well. We'll get to the linebackers here in a moment. High formation behind Hunter Hayden. They will toss it to Brady Radzimski across the 25. He gets it out to, it's like they'll mark him just shy of the 30 at the 29 for a gain of 4. on first down. So I think Coach O'Boyle will take 4 yards a pop in the ground game all night long if he can get it.
Absolutely it will, and I think getting outside is really important against this Bearcat defense. Try to get some speed against speed because they don't have the size up front to match up.
Linebackers, WNCC starters for Scottsbluff defensively, Wilkinson, Hegum, Mendoza, and Baltazar at that second level. Long count, Hayden will give it off. And that could be enough for a Gering first down across the 35-yard line. And Jacob Oswicius on the carry picks up 5.
Oswicius is a tough kid, been playing fullback a lot of the year. Nice to see some movement going on up front, and that Scottsbluff defense has a few holes in it early.
5'8", 175 for Oswicius. Radzimski, a little bit smaller, 5'7", 145. Plays a lot bigger. Very tough young man, Brady Radzimski. They'll split a single receiver out to the left. Carmelo Timlin, the lone receiver. Hard count. We do have movement. I think maybe tight end left side, Sam Rushlow. Somebody jumped along the D-line for Gering. This one could go either way. We wait on the signal.
Yeah, it'd be interesting what they call here. It looks like the linebacker was coming up and could have caused a false start, but he jumped on the other side of the line, so it'll be interesting.
False start the call against the Bulldogs, and after an initial first down, immediately behind the chains, and this is what Gering just has to avoid.
Absolutely can't get behind the chains.
1st and 15. Gering in the road whites tonight. Scottsbluff, first time we've seen this look this season. Red tops and the all-black pants. Hayden, little play action. A little dump off into the left flat area intended for Oswicius, falls incomplete. Chance Simon coming from that side. Simon has been an absolute load this year. 6'2", 235, the junior, has 67 tackles, 5.5 sacks, and 9 quarterback hurries.
Yeah, what a player there. And I think Gering was trying to take advantage of the aggressive play from the linebackers from the Bearcats there, trying to get it on the outside to counteract some of that blitz from in the middle there.
They're about as an aggressive front seven as you're going to find.
And that's fun to watch. Why not? Why not?
Baltazar walks up from his outside backer spot. They'll give it to Oswicius on the fullback give, straight ahead for a couple. And that'll set up 3rd down and about 13. Scoreless opening drive tonight. Gering got the opening kickoff. We're at 10 minutes and 20 seconds to play. 28 degrees at kickoff, and yeah, a little bit of wind to it. Let's just say we're thankful the heater's working here in the press box tonight.
Very thankful. And gosh, those Scottsbluff uniforms, they sure do look sharp up here. That's a cool look.
Scottsbluff comes in off the loss, 13-10, a real knockdown, drag-out affair as you would expect at McCook last week. 3rd and long, 9:53 to play. They toss it, they fake the reverse. It's Radzimski, and he's going to lose a yard. Baltazar there, Chance Simons defensively.
What a great play by the Scottsbluff front seven. Quick, first to the spot, and really took down that play before it got anywhere. Fake reverse. We've seen that reverse a few times from Gering this year. They tried to fake it, and Scottsbluff was not fooled. That's good film study by the Bearcats.
9 minutes, 25 seconds to play here in quarter number 1. Gering to punt the football away on 4th and 14. End over end kick will bounce at the Scottsbluff 45, and it'll roll and come to a stop down by Oswicius passing. 2 tight end set, strong side to the right. We'll get a whistle and a flag from the near sideline. I think we had some movement up front against Scottsbluff. Key games, a lot of big games tonight in Class B. You've got Northwest taking on Hastings, Waverly taking on Norris. A lot of different moving parts as far as the PowerPoints are concerned. Not a whole lot settled right now. Scott got beat by Elkhorn last night, 24-21. Now it's the Bearcats behind the chains. 2nd down and 11. Design quarterback run, Brett Hill, and he stacked up pretty well. Picks up 1 to the 40. Last man off the pile for Gering defensively that time was Turner Ray in at a linebacker spot.
Boy, the Scottsbluff offense is so fun to watch. It's how they get the ball in different playmakers' hands, and they do it with motion and some different schemes. It's just really fun to watch.
Hill has not been a primary ball carrier of late, so they get him an early design carry. Handoff goes to Ostick. Jackson, he'll be brought down off tackle, shy of the 35. He got it to around the 37 for a pickup of 3, and really it's just little things. A couple of nice plays defensively. He's got to raise the confidence a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. If you're Gering, I think you got to be pretty happy with how this game started. Tough penalty, but still that offense has been productive so far, and the defense has really played pretty well, other than, again, a penalty.
4th and 6. Scottsbluff comes to the line of scrimmage. Set to go for it here on 4th down. 2 tight end set. Handoff goes to Ostick. He's tripped up and making the stop defensively that time, knifing his way into the backfield. That looked like number 52 making the stop, Trey Zwickel.
Trey Zwickel's been great this year for the Bulldogs up front. He's been tough. That time beat his man off the line, and really a dynamic athlete there in Ostick. He got him down in the backfield, and here we are, back to 1st down. Another good thing happened for Gering. Something to build on here. This game feels like it's going to be a close game.
Immediately a little bit of field position shifts after the first 2 possessions of the night.
And that shows you how big that good punt was from Gering at the beginning of the year. Boy, they couldn't get a punt off, and it just changes the dynamic of the game.
Hunter Hayden under center, I formation behind him. And Hayden takes the snap. He'll roll out to his right, dumps it to Oswicious. And Oswicious going to have, I think, enough for a 1st down out across the 45-yard line. They'll hand it off to Radzimski, running right. Another 1st down in the run game for the Bulldogs. Making some hay here on their 2nd offensive drive of the night. Line of scrimmage was the 46. They'll pick up 5 to the 41-yard line. Ball just shy of the 40 right hash mark. Another 1st and 10, fresh set of downs for Gering as the confidence builds.
Yeah, the offensive line has really played a great game up to this point, making good run fits.
Hayden now moves to the shotgun. Hand off to Radzimski. Runs right out of the gun. He's loose down the far sideline. Radzimski at the 15, 10, 5, and it's the Bulldogs with the first points of the night. We do have a flag down at around the 6-yard line. So, well, you'd hate to see a penalty here on Gering from where that flag was dropped. It looked like it would have been a non-factor, but it looks like I see Hunter Hayden signaling maybe touchdown. No, let's see what the call is. They're talking with this Scottsbluff defensive unit.
Interesting place for a flag there. Would have to be a hold.
And came away from the play.
Yeah.
Unnecessary penalty.
Really, that's a killer. But great job by the offensive line from Gering there, making a hole. And you see the playmaking ability of Radzimski on display there.
So winds up a pickup of 25 for Brady. And this offensive line, Mount, Lee, Schwartzkopf, Schlodhauer, and Zwickel carving out some real estate for the running game so far. Hunter Hayden hands it to Radzimski, kind of feeling his way down along the right side of the offensive line. Got wide of the tackle and was brought down after a short gain. Takes it inside the 15. They'll mark it at the 13, a pickup of 3. 2nd down and 7 for the visiting Bulldogs here tonight.
Yeah, that was a great play there by the Bearcat outside linebacker, being patient and staying behind the play, working him to the sideline and making a good tackle for minimal gain.
Yeah, Jace Wilkinson has been outstanding this year from that outside backer spot. Second down, I formation. And Hayden dumps it off to Oswicious. Oswicious tackled by Hazel Mendoza. Tackle made shy of the 5-yard line. It looks like it'll be third down and short. Got 6, needed 7, 3rd and 1 coming up. And Adam, we talked about this morning at the office, the first really cold game of the season. It takes everybody a little bit of time to adjust to the pad popping.
It sure does. That first crack, you feel it in a cold game like this. But this point in the game, you're just ready to play.
3rd and 1. Hard count. Cat show blitz. We get a whistle. Flag comes in from the near side, and that blitz caused some movement up front along the offensive line, and from 3rd and 1 now to 3rd and 6. That makes it tough.
Very difficult, and that's been a story all year for Gering. Poor penalties at poor times like that. You know, Scottsbluff has been very aggressive with their inside blitz from the linebackers, and the D tackles, the offensive tackles, the guards really need to be cognizant and stay back in that stance.
And that is something Gering saw on film, because that is nothing new for Scottsbluff. Hegum and Mendoza, they will toe the line of scrimmage from those inside backer spots all night long. Nick Mogg going to swallow up Brady Radzimski on that one. Nick Mogg stays a top 5 defensive player in the state in Class B, and a short gain of 1 is all for Radzimski, and that sets up 4th down and 5. This is a opportunity for Gering to dial one up, and then you need the execution part of it also. A good play call, yes, but you got to get the execution and find a way to start to believe a little bit.
Absolutely. When you need 5 yards here, you got to be able to go out there and get them, and that's something that the Gering has really struggled with. And you're looking across a great Scottsbluff defense like that, so active, so it's just tough. Do you kick it here or do you trust the offense? And, that's why I'm not a head coach.
We'll get a timeout taken by Gering. 4:35 to play in the first quarter. Scoreless right now on our West Coast scoreboard. Good start for the Dogs.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
They run a little play action. Hunter Hayden rolls right, and he is going to get dropped in his tracks. Making the tackle for Scottsbluff, Evan Hegum was everywhere and then some last week in that road game at McCook. A gain of 1 is all for Hunter Hayden. Not sure if that was a little run-pass option, but he looked to tuck it and get upfield pretty quickly if there was a read, and Hegum was waiting on him.
Absolutely. Great play by Hegum there. He was not fooled. Fullback in the flat again. Hegum knew what was going to be there. Again, great play by the Bearcats.
4:29 to play. Scottsbluff gets the ball for the second time tonight. First time Alex Galindo has his hands on it. Galindo hard charging across the 10 out to the 15. Now we've got a fumble. Gering says we've got the football. It looks like Scottsbluff, they're holding up second down, and the Bearcats will pick up 7 with Alex Galindo, and it'll be second down and 4. I didn't see it. There was a mass of bodies there, but that Gering sideline exploded like they recovered the ball.
To be just the spark Gering needs there, but now Galindo has that in the back of his mind.
Hill takes the snap. The give to Ostick, running near side. Turner Ray, first to arrive defensively. That'll be enough for a first down, a gain of 4 for my color man's cousin this evening. Jackson Ostick, so that's got to be fun watching him get to play this year.
Yeah, that's been a lot of fun. Jackson's the youngest of a lot of cousins in our family, and we played football in the backyard for a lot of years. It's really fun to see him out here playing, and heck, he's a heck of a player.
So far this year, 492 rushing, 3 touchdowns. Last week, held in check against a stout Bison defense with just 33 yards. Give to Galindo, and Galindo gets knocked off his spot. Gering has showed up so far here tonight defensively, and they have not shied away from sticking their nose in there and making some big tackles, putting some big hits on these Scottsbluff ball carriers. A short gain is all for Galindo. Give him 1. He'll line up halfback right side, double tight end set. Ostick to the left of Hill in the shotgun. Play action. Hill fires. And the pass is defended that time nicely. We get a flag coming down. Trevor Schwartz was the intended receiver. Lance Isaacs will be called for pass interference.
That's a tough call there. He must have had that left arm on his back, but that looked like pretty good coverage from here, partner.
I'll tell you what, it sure did, in my opinion as well. We were looking right at sort of where that left arm would have been, and I think Scottsbluff might have caught a break.
You know, and they go both ways. These refs do a great job, but that's just a tough one from our angle, but you never know what it looks like down on the field.
Double tight end set, offset fullback to the left. Ostick in the backfield. They will give it to Galindo. He's looking to run wide, struggled to tuck that ball away. Now he spins across near the 45-yard line. They'll mark him down there, a gain of 8 for Alex Galindo.
Great run there by Galindo, a lot of speed to burn, so trying to work that outside a little bit. Gering did a good job on trying to keep him working towards the sideline, but that speed just burned him at the end.
Yeah, he's been their big play guy all season. 15 total touchdowns, 69 rushing coming into tonight, and he's added 18 receptions on the year. Scottsbluff trying to run wide. Cut back this time from Ostick, and he'll have enough for the first down. Needed 2, got about 2.5. They'll move the chains, I believe. Yep. First down on the play for Jackson Ostick and Scottsbluff. Now starting to get things moving a little bit with the benefit to that pass interference penalty earlier on the drive. 2 minutes to play in the opening quarter, still scoreless here at a very cold and winter feel like as far as the temps go tonight at Bearcat Stadium. Ostick to the 49, a gain of 2, and that'll set up second down and 8 now for the Bearcats.
Good tough run from Jackson there. Not a lot of room, found a hole, made way up and broke a tackle to turn something out of nothing.
Schlotthauer, rush low. Maddox Janacek out tonight. Andrew Mountain, his place along the D-line. Zwickel, so a lot of kids pulling double duty. And now it's Galindo to the second level. Put that foot in the ground, cut back towards the middle between the hash marks, and he'll be a yard shy, gain of 7 inside the 45-yard line.
Big third down here. Nice play from Galindo. Again, he's so shifty, getting him in space. He's hard to bring down, but Gering was there at the line of scrimmage, needs to make that tackle on first contact.
Gering standing up right now fairly well to the power game. Both sides of the ball, really, along the line. Give to Galindo. Now Galindo's loose. Throws a stiff arm on the defender inside the 25. Brought down at around the 20. That'll be a gain of 24 for Alex Galindo.
Great run from Galindo there. Again, just finding a little crease and getting upfield, and then that speed on the sideline. Tough to stop. That's really tough to stop.
Under a minute to play now in the opening quarter. Schwartz tied in right. They've inserted Wilkinson into the game at that wingback spot, and he'll be a bruiser if he gets his hands on it. They're going to go to Jace Wilkinson. I believe that was Zwickel there with the tackle defensively, and he has done a nice job along that defensive front tonight.
Great tackle there, form tackle in the backfield. That's the way you draw it up, and Gering has to see more of that tonight to stop this real potent rushing attack from the Bearcats.
If anyone was going to get a winless Gering defense up to play against Scottsbluff and be ready to go tonight, it's Rick Kinnaman.
Yes, Kinnaman is an incredible coach. He was there when I played. The guy understands football. He's a motivator, and he's just, I've kept in contact with him even after I've been out of school. Great guy, great guy.
You hear the horn, it sounds a bit of surprise, I think, to many in town tonight. at the end of the first quarter here at Bearcat Stadium. Scottsbluff and Gering scoreless on the West Coast scoreboard.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
The holidays are a time to connect with family, with friends, with each other. After a busy year, the holidays are a perfect time for laughing together, playing together, talking together, and celebrating together. Spend time this holiday season connecting with the people that mean the world to you, and let us take care of the connectivity.
Adam.
Oh, absolutely. Home run. If you'd have said this was 0-0 after the first quarter, I'd say everybody in Gering would have taken that. What a great showing. What a gutsy showing from Gering out there tonight.
Scottsbluff has it. 2nd down and 9. Ball just inside the red zone at the 19. The give to Galindo, who's proven to be a problem for this Bulldog defensive unit on this drive. Alex takes it inside the 15. See where they mark him down. Looks like the 12-yard line. So a gain of 7, and that'll make it 3rd down and 2. Scottsbluff 1 of 2 in field goal attempts last week, but at home tonight, as a favorite, you'd have to imagine in cold weather, this is 4-down territory for head coach Judd Hall. Give to Galindo again. He'll have the 1st down. He'll be tackled at the 8, gain of 4 for Galindo. 669 rushing this year, 12 touchdowns, 83 per ball game. On those 18 catches, he's been a big play receiver, 373 receiving and 3 touchdowns. Dropped a long pass last week, then also hauled one in that set up a touchdown for Scottsbluff, their lone score. 1st and goal from the 8 for the Cats. Hill takes the snap and the give to Galindo. Running wide, he's going to get to the pylon, dives, he is in. Alex Galindo with the first points of the night, 1 minute in to the second quarter.
Well, Alex Galindo, what a night tonight. He's already at 68 yards on 8 carries. Gering has not had an answer for him, and they knew it all night. The guy's been the bell cow all season.
He didn't get a touch on that first drive, but on this second drive, they made a point to get him the football early and often. Placido Rodriguez has been good this season, and the PAT, a low-line drive over the crossbar. 11 minutes to play in the second quarter. Scottsbluff leads Gering 7-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
TJ shows the comments on the TV, and he said, I mean, look, just people blasting the officials. Kick comes down to Tyler Garrett. Nice return for the Bulldogs. He'll get it out across the 20, across the 25, and yard line. The big pass interference call there on the last drive really aided Scottsbluff, and once they kind of got that mark off after the pick,
advantage, and you really saw what Scottsbluff can do on that. Now can Gering respond? Rudzimski had some success last drive. Let's see if we can get him going here.
You use the word respond. That Gering's going to have to figure out a way to have those responses ready to go tonight. Quick toss left. Rudzimski going to give it on the reverse. Garrett running near side, and all things considered, nice job defensively. Wilkinson and Hegum with the stop on Tyler Garrett. And they'll have him down at the 34-yard line, a pickup of 5. Garrett, a 5'10", 158-pound junior, and Coach O'Boyle clearly trying to get the football in his hands a few times early.
You know, he's great in space, tough to bring down, but how great was Scottsbluff's defense on that play? Well coached, stayed home. Reverse did not fool him.
Looked like he was going to have more yardage to pick up than what he wound up with 5. Second down, and that number 5 gives to Rudzimski, who is upended. First man to arrive was Jared Baltazar. And no gain on the play for Brady, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. Been a long-time admirer of Brady Rudzimski. Tough kid, catcher in the summertime. Just a tough, hard-nosed kid. He'll do what's asked of him at all time and give you 110%.
Really the heart and soul of this team. Can't say enough about Brady. He has been an honor to watch all season.
Huge 3rd down play, 9 minutes, 35 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Little motion with the fullback. Now they'll run a little counter back to the left, and Rudzimski's got the 1st down. Ball comes out, and who is on it? Scottsbluff looks like they might have the football. Did it look like it was out before a knee was down?
You know, I didn't quite see it in real time there. I was looking back at the line of scrimmage, but, boy, tough break for Gering here, really shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, this is a game that they could be tied in, but, you know, it's resolved. It's staying in this, but Scottsbluff, wow, I mean, they've really turned it on here in the second quarter.
Pick up of 15, and then the fumble, so Rudzimski picks up a big chunk, but coughs it up, and he's not running a lot from the running back spot this year. You got to have that thing tucked away. Brett Hill on the design quarterback keep at the 40. Hill on his feet to the 35. Stays in bounds, dives across the 30. He'll be down at the 28-yard line. 24-yard gain for Brett Hill. This offensive line for the Cats, Tony Mokiak, Chance Simons, also Tyler Smith, Kellen Hayes, Nick Mogg. And once they kind of get a feel for what the defensive line's looking like, they kind of start to really crank things into high gear. They've played their best football here down the stretch this season. Play action pass, Hill on first, taking a deep shot. Got Christian Arnold and Jacob Oswicius. Or no, that's Lance Isaacs back defensively. Got a hand on it at the last moment to prevent what would have been a touchdown pass. Incomplete from Hill, looking for Christian Arnold.
Great coverage there by Isaacs, who's another good athlete, junior on this team. Great throw by Hill. He was open there for just a second.
So 2nd down and 10, 8:59 to play. Waverly earlier tonight when I checked was leading Norris 14-0. Some of the Scottsbluff assistants said if Waverly won, they thought maybe they would be head to Norris. Maybe some confusion in the backfield. Galindo went one direction. Ostick, who they handed the football off, went the other. And just a little lack of focus there by Alex Galindo, you'd have to think.
Yeah, yep. You know, a lot of moving parts to this Scottsbluff offense, and every once in a while it can be easy to get a call switched around in the huddle. But big 3rd down here for both teams.
4-down territory for the Cats. 3rd down and 11, a loss of 1.
You got to think this is Galindo all day long.
Snap to Hill. They'll play action. Hill rolls out to his right, breaks contain, and he overthrows Alex Galindo.
Boy, and Gering was very fortunate there. Galindo was wide open, had nobody on him, but the pressure in the backfield caused an errant throw.
Tell you one thing that's catching my eye a lot is the engagement from the Gering sideline. Kids that aren't in the game with the big coats on, getting off their feet, high-fiving guys coming off right now, and Gering is staying in this as far as the mental aspect and just physically wanting to be here.
They absolutely are, and that's that foundation like we talked about earlier. That's what you build a football program on.
4th down and 11. A true passing down for the Cats. Straight drop Hill, little screen set up. Hegum's going to have a lot of running room. Cuts back. Evan Hegum going to be brought down at around the 15-yard line. Needed 11, and he got 15.
What a great play from Scottsbluff there. There was nobody home. They fooled Gering on the little screen pass there, and that's why Scottsbluff's in the position they are. Well coached, a lot of athletes.
Well, another one of our fine high school sports sponsors is Wells Fargo Advisors. We'll tell you about Ryan Windhorst and what he offers in a moment. Snap to Hill, and Hill tackled by Oswicious, who rips at the football as the whistle blows. Gain of 1 for Hill. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving their clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst at 632-7561. Together, you'll go far. Second down and long. Low snap, give to Ostick. Runs off tackle right. Cut back at around the 11. He'll be brought down right around the 10-yard line. Maybe snuck the nose of the football across the 10. So a gain of 3. Give him 4, Adam.
Oh, you got it. For an Ostick, anything.
I like it. That'll make it 3rd down and 4. Fast-moving first half. 7 minutes and 7 seconds to go here in this opening half of football.
Fun half.
Scottsbluff looking to make it a 2-score game. Galindo bounces out, gives a little shimmy, and he'll be brought down at around the 5-yard line. Needed 4. I think he'll have enough to move the chains and set up a 1st and goal as Alex Galindo gets the first down yardage to the 5-yard line, ball right hash mark.
Boy, that speed kills, and Isaacs did a great job of working him to the sideline there, because the sideline's another defender for you in a position like that, but Glendale, he's so fast, it's tough to get him down.
They'll line him up now in the backfield to the left of Hill in the gun. Wilkinson, wing back to the right, 2 tight ends, and design quarterback keep with Brett Hill, and he'll slide into the end zone, and Scottsbluff has their 2nd score of the night. It comes with 6:52 to play in the 2nd quarter. Hill from 5 yards out, and currently 13-0 our score. And Placido Rodriguez on for the PAT.
Well, how often do you see a drive like that from Scottsbluff? Well executed, good game plan.
And that kick wide right, no good. 6:52 to play in the half. Scottsbluff leads at 13-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers, from name brands such as Pfaff and Baby Lock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Tyler Garrett let that ball just kind of skip on by and did roll into the end zone, but
looks like he hit that with his pitching wedge, checked up right there about the 1-yard line.
52 yards on the touchdown drive for Scottsbluff, and it comes off the Gering turnover.
Yep, and it's just the Gering has been shooting themselves in the foot. They've really played a great game, not a 13-0 type of game. Gering, if they can just convert on a couple of these plays, they really can get something going here. But credit Scottsbluff. I mean, they've used their game plan perfectly, executed it perfectly.
A first down or 2 right now seems pretty big. You don't want to give Scottsbluff more points ahead of halftime, and they will get the ball coming out of the locker room. They dump it off to Oswicious. Solo tackle made over on that far side by Hazel Mendoza, who has really come into his own as a senior. A gain of 5 as Hayden connects with Oswicious.
Yeah, we've seen that play multiple times tonight. It's worked, trying to take advantage of the aggressiveness of the Scottsbluff defense.
Just slipped a little fullback out into the flat.
God, best play in football.
It's a safe passing play, something that Coach O'Boyles feels confident in with a first-year quarterback. It's been Hunter Hayden all the way tonight. Things got discombobulated at the snap. Penetration on the interior from the defensive line, and nothing doing for the back. Tackled back at around the 30-yard line. Well, check that, 20, excuse me.
All the credit to the world in Scottsbluff's front seven there. I mean, they all came and they all got home. Nowhere to go. Gering was lucky not to have a fumble on the exchange there.
6 minutes and 15 seconds to play. So Radzimski lost 4. Mendoza walks up from his inside backer spot. Hayden rolls to the near side, connects with Turner Ray. That'll get the football across the 25. And they'll mark it at the 27, a gain of 6, but that'll bring up a 4th down. And a punting situation now for the Bulldogs. Ray might have been able to catch that and get upfield a little bit.
Yeah, you'd like to see him turn that upfield and get to the sticks.
Snap back to Goodrow. Now they're going to throw the fake punt, and that pass is almost intercepted, almost caught by Garrett, and eventually falls harmlessly to the Bearcat Stadium turf. And look, you're going to have to take a risk at some point along the way. And frankly, Coach O'Boyle's thinking, if I give it to him at the 50 or the 25, maybe what's the difference?
Exactly. At this point, what's the difference? Rivalry game, last game of the year. I don't blame it at all.
But Scottsbluff comes up with great field position, 5:55 to play in the half. Hill takes the snap, play action pass. We have a whistle and a flag. That'll blow the play dead from the far side. False start against the Bearcats, I believe the signal.
Yeah, kind of an odd play there. It looks like Gering had one too many players on the field and was running off, and you wonder if that didn't influence the wideout on the right side there to jump.
So it'll be the Cats now behind the chains, 1st and 15. Won the turnover battle last week, +3 at McCook. Won the line of scrimmage and still unable to get the win. Couple of huge plays for the Bison. Design quarterback run, Brett Hill. And Hill brought down at the 29, a gain of 3, and that'll make it 2nd down and really a long 12 now for the Cats.
Jacob Oswicious very live in the middle there. Great tackle, and that play has had a lot. Scottsbluff has had a lot of success with that play with the Hill running the ball, but Oswicious wasn't fooled on that play.
Both sides of the ball, Oswicious has been everywhere tonight.
He's just a wild man, a junior, something to build a program on.
Great wrestler, could be a state champion coming up this year. Give to Ostick. And he'll get it back near the original line of scrimmage for a pickup of 2. And I mean, Galindo's popped a couple of runs, but really credit this Gering defense there, keeping the running game, for the most part, play-to-play in check.
Oh, absolutely, and especially with Scottsbluff coming in with the success they've had in the running game this year, it's really impressive to see that Gering has held them just to this what they have.
13-0, Scottsbluff 3rd and long, straight drop Hill, looks left. Now he'll roll outside the pocket. Now he's just going to fire it down to the end zone. He's got Jace Wilkinson, and that pass is incomplete. And I'll be honest, I think one of the right foot was going to be on the sideline in the end zone. I'm not sure that would have been a completed pass, even had he held on to it.
Nope, it looks like that right foot was on the on the edge line there. The left foot depends on what order they came down in, but great pass from Hill there.
Put it right where it had to be.
He did. I mean, great athlete.
Yeah, Brett is not going to hesitate to make just about any throw. He'll roll one direction, fire it back across his body over the middle. 4th down and long. Cats will go for it again. Hill rolls right, evades some pressure, fumbles the football, and Gering forces. It would have been a turnover on downs, but that'll be a turnover as Gering recovers the fumble. So they failed on the fake punt, and now Hill coughs it up on the rollout to the right. Never really gave the play a chance, fumbled before he could unleash the pass, and Gering will get the football back. 1st and 10, they'll have it at their own 33-yard line.
Yep, Turner Ray was in coverage in the flat there. Noticed he didn't have anybody in his zone, so he decided to take off and rush and got a big paw out and got the ball on the ground. Big break for Gering here, see if they can get a drive going. They need to get something going here before this game gets out of hand.
4:30 to play in the first half. We've got a timeout as both staffs will meet with their kids around the numbers on their respective sides. Also, just a great color game.
It sure is.
With the uniforms.
It is.
Just get that contrast.
It is. You know, blue and gold versus the red and black, and just how much this game means to the community and to the players. This was my favorite game to play in, and you knew when it was Scottsbluff week. It's just a lot of fun. And how fortunate are we to get to play this game in these times? And, you know, just a lot of really awesome people did a lot of great things to get this game going.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Win, lose, or draw for any sport, for any high school athlete in the year of 2020, just be thankful you're getting to compete. 1st and 10 for Gering. Inside give to Oswicious. He'll barrel his way across the 35 to the 36. Jacob Oswicious, a tough cookie, picks up 3.
Yeah, I love Oswicious. Tough kid, right up the middle. It's tough to bring him down. But again, that front 7 from Scottsbluff, there's nowhere to run. I mean, they are so live up front, and they're just they're a force.
Turner Rail split out right. Garrett in the slot that side. Single receiver left. I formation behind Hunter Hayden. Catch showing blitz. And they will swallow Brady Radzimski behind the line of scrimmage. Smith there, Mogg there, Wilkinson would have been there. And the first two not arrived when they did.
Wow, an absolutely great play there from Scottsbluff's defense. Wilkinson was in there quicker than Radzimski thought he was going to be there. And what an incredible play.
3rd down and long. 3:25. Clock continues to move here in this fast-paced first half. They'll throw it out quickly to the left. Coming up is Galindo. Also there defensively to make a stop was Caden Shoemaker from his safety spot. Shoemaker and Galindo, 2 standouts, starters in the Bearcat secondary. Gain of 3 as they flipped it out to the receiver here near side for a short gain, but unable to make a man miss or catch a block and pick up enough yardage to move the chains in time to punt it again for Gering as Mason Goodrow, the freshman.
Great defensive series from the Bearcats there. All levels, really no quit.
Goodrow, feet planted at the 35. Little sidewinder so far tonight.
Absolutely, really trying to get those plays on the edge. Scottsbluff has really been working the edges, trying to capitalize on that speed, but Gering's done a good job of keeping them contained.
2nd and 7. We come up on 2 minutes to play in the half. Hill takes the snap. He'll flip it to Galindo. Alex has some running room. They're trying to strip at the football. Flag down. And Alex Galindo down at around the 45.
Looks like we might have a holding here from the umpire.
Hold the call against the Bearcats. That'll wipe out a gain of 11 for Alex Galindo. Brady Radzimski now down in the Gering secondary, and that is not what you want to see if you're the Bulldogs, one of your top dogs, no pun intended, but one of the best kids on the roster who's battled injuries throughout his high school career.
Absolutely.
And this season, too, with that shoulder.
Just the heart and soul of this team. And he's really had some success working these edges, running the ball tonight. Looks like maybe a lower leg injury. Hopefully he's okay. You hate to see anybody get hurt out there playing.
First real cold night of the year. Wasn't too bad last week weather-wise at Mitchell, was it?
No, actually it was really nice. We were kind of out of the wind there, and it really was a nice evening.
Brady still down around the 50. Gives me a moment to tell you about Monument Physical Therapy. In Gering, they offer their Bumps and Bruises program. That's 1 free consultation and 1 free follow-up for all area athletes. Great program there from Monument Physical Therapy in Gering. Minute and 53 seconds to play. Brady's got a right lower leg injury, it would appear, unable to put any pressure on that right foot, that right leg.
Ah, that's tough to see. He's such a good kid, and what a great player.
So they'll help Radzimski off to the far side. Now we'll have to check where the Markov puts the football. Back inside the 25. Looks like the Cats will have it at the 24.
Big penalty there.
So second down and 19 upcoming. Yeah, maybe 18 to go here for the Cats. 19 on the scoreboard. 1:53 before we head to the locker room here at halftime. Scottsbluff in front, 13-0. Second and long. Snap to Hill. Play action pass. They give him time. Hill's going to fire deep down the field. Had Galindo running wide open with Radzimski off the field. They take a shot. And Galindo was there. That could have been 6 had they connected instead. Now 3rd and 19.
Oh, yeah, he'd still be running. Completely blown coverage from the Bulldogs there. And the Bearcats, and that's a tough pass to make down 20 yards down the field. But, Gering lives to fight another down. But Scottsbluff, they have something in that playbook for a situation like this.
Radzimski went off, and Tanner Gartner came on as his replacement at that single high safety. And they attacked that spot in the field, nearly hit a big play. 2 receivers to each side. Hill will roll to his right, puts the brakes on, and he's going to get sacked by Turner Ray back at the 16-yard line, a loss of 8.
Yeah, we saw that play earlier tonight where Brett Hill rolls out to the right there. And Turner Ray, this decides to come out of coverage and put some pressure on the quarterback. Both times he's got home on that play.
Forceful tackle on the sack from Ray. A timeout taken with minute and 20 seconds to go in the first half. And a backwards drive, if you will, for the Cats. And that gives Gering the chance to take a timeout and maybe get the ball around midfield. Hey, take a few shots here late.
Oh, absolutely. And how big would that be going into halftime with some points on the board, especially knowing the opponent you're playing? Uncharacteristic mistakes from Scottsbluff on that drive that really have plagued Gering so far this game. But can Gering get something going? But that Scottsbluff defense has really woken up. They are good. Like we talked about earlier today, that front 7 from Scottsbluff, I don't know if there's a better one in Class B.
1:20 to play. Out of the timeout, 13-0. Scottsbluff with the lead. The kick from Rodriguez. Spiraling kick comes down to around the 50. Tyler Garrett. Good decision to haul it in. Picks up a couple on the return is all. But you needed to preserve that field position. If he lets that punt go, it could have been another 15, 20 yards possibly.
Absolutely, especially on cold ground like that. That was a spiral rocket that was pretty low. That'd still be bouncing back to the band.
1:16 to play in the half. Bit of surprise as far as our score's concerned. 13-0. And Coach O'Boyle has to be thrilled with the effort and the toughness his guys have showed tonight.
Absolutely. Just a couple mistakes have really changed the dynamic of this game. But, boy, home run for Gering here.
Galindo manned up with Turner Ray out here on the right side. Instead, they'll go opposite side. And Hayden might have short-armed that throw a little bit to Timlin. Ball incomplete. It'll be second down and 10. Turner Ray, big receiver, lined up on a much smaller corner. They're going one-on-one. I wouldn't be surprised if they look to Ray here at some point here with just a deep shot.
Absolutely. You know, with that aggressive style of play up front, that really leaves some man-on-man coverage here in the secondary. I think they're still going to have man coverage in the secondary.
Shoemaker drifting that way. They get it to Timlin on the short route. He'll be tackled at the 41, a gain of 7. And it'll be 3rd down and 3. Evan Hegum is down for Scottsbluff, back around the 50-yard line. 57 seconds to play. A bundled up James Buck will head out to check on Hegum, who gets himself to his feet. I think he might have just got the wind knocked out of him and point to his midsection a little bit.
Boy, that's the worst feeling. Just he can't breathe. That's a tough
in this
one.
Cold weather.
Oh yeah. And it goes away quick. But gosh, when it first happens, that's tough.
I mean, you literally cannot get a breath.
Yeah. Oh.
Big play coming up, Adam.
Clock absolutely.
Running. 3rd down and 3. Trips left. Ray manned up with Galindo here on the short side of the field. Design quarterback run. That had no chance.
No chance there.
Nick Mogg will swallow that up each and every time.
Boy, and running right at Nick Mogg like that, tough play there. But, I mean, just you saw the explosiveness of Mogg on that play. What a great athlete. That's tough. He's a force up front.
Loss of 2. Nobody seems to be in a hurry here. Gering probably going to call a timeout and then just throw a Hail Mary into the end zone, I would think. They have 1 timeout left. Now they're just going to snap it. Look left. They'll throw it down the middle. Pass is tipped by Trevor Schwartz, and that's the final play in the first half here this evening. Teams will head to their respective locker rooms. 2 quarters in the books tonight. Final regular season game of the year for both these teams, and our rivalry action on the scoreboard shows Scottsbluff in front, 13-0 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
I've struggled with my weight since I was 13, but weight loss surgery changed my life. I've lost 120 pounds, 80 inches, and gained a whole new outlook on life.
Weight loss surgery may be the answer to your weight and health problems. Regional West offers the support of skilled surgeons and a dedicated bariatric team for your journey to a healthier you. Learn more about weight loss options at Regional West. It's time for a new you.
Chris Cottrell and Adam Ostick with you here tonight. Jeff Kelly getting the night off from his play-by-play duties for Gering. Noah Bruner, my normal color man, with the night off as well. Glad to be with Adam here in our Logos broadcast booth at Bearcat Stadium, and a very hard-fought game through 2 quarters of play on a very chilly night here in the Panhandle of Nebraska, with Scottsbluff leading arch rival Gering by the score of 13-0 at our halftime break. We'll get to a check on some numbers. We'll give you a scoring recap, all the points coming in the second quarter, and we'll also try and find some pertinent scores in Class B. Assuming Scottsbluff's able to take care of business here, some of these scores will be pretty crucial as to what happens with the PowerPoints come tomorrow morning with the release of the Class B state football bracket. 13-0 right now at the break. And we'll get you those items still to come here at halftime. The Scottsbluff Marching Band out on the field right now performing. Got more to come at the halftime break here at Bearcat Stadium. 13-0 Cats on the West Coast scoreboard.
You may look forward to spending the seasons with family in your home, but not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming, Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
When you call Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, you will have options. Repair it, rebuild it, or update it. Whether your furnace stops working or your bathtub won't drain, Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating provides the services you need to be comfortable. Weekends, holidays, or late nights, we will be there. With over 30 years of service, our certified technicians and cutting-edge technology can keep your systems running at their peak efficiency. Gering Valley Plumbing and Heating, every time we enter your home, we leave it a better place to live.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Hi, I'm Michelle Perkins of Remax Regency. After branching out, I've returned home to my roots, to the land from which I came and my family has held for 5 generations.
Michelle truly understands what home means and treats you like family as she guides you through the buying and selling process, bringing the latest pricing tools that are not currently being used in this area to sell your home at the highest price in the least amount of time, and to ensure that you do not overpay when buying.
So just give me a call, kick back, Remax, and settle down.
Stick with you here on a chilly Friday night at Bearcat Stadium in Scottsbluff. Let's get to a look at our scoring recap, and just a couple of scores so far tonight. A scoreless first quarter, a feather in the cap for this Gering Bulldog program tonight. Really, Scottsbluff winning on the scoreboard right now. As far as the bottom line's concerned, 13-0, but Gering's got to feel like a winner right now in their locker room, playing right with the Cats and frankly playing with them physically here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. They're right there step for step with the Bearcats, and that's an O'Boyle coach team. Hard-nosed, those guys know what they're doing. Their assignment steady, and Scottsbluff's the same way. It's fun to see this late season rivalry matchups like we're seeing tonight.
So scoring started in the second quarter. 1 minute in, Alex Galindo capped off a 92-yard drive after Gering failed on a fourth down conversion deep into Scottsbluff territory. So a long scoring drive for the Cats. Galindo an 8-yard touchdown run. The PAT was converted by Placido Rodriguez to make it 7-0. Gering then put together a nice little start to a drive, and Brady Rudzimski ripped off a nice run, but then coughed the football up, fumbled it over to Scottsbluff side. Cats recovered, and then they went 52 yards, and Brett Hill scampered one in from 5 yards out with 6:52 to play in that second quarter. Rodriguez missed the PAT wide right, and that's where we stand right now at halftime. Our score is 13-0. We'll come back in just a moment, get to a check on halftime stats brought to you by Paul Reed Construction right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Wisconsin killing Illinois.
Really? Gosh. I was hoping we'd have a shot with them. We'll see how they look tomorrow, but
Chris Cottrell, Adam Ostick with you on a pretty cold Friday night here in western Nebraska. 13-0. Scottsbluff leads Gering at halftime. Let's get to some halftime stats right now. Brought to you by Paul Reed Construction and Supply. Those folks been in business for over 35 years. They're headquartered in Gering, of course. They've also got the Rock Pile Division Service and Equipment, Paul Reed Construction on 10th Street in Gering. I'll turn it over to Adam for a look at the numbers.
Yeah, starting out for the rushing stats, Scottsbluff has 134 to Gering 78. Galindo has most of those yards for Scottsbluff with 74. Jackson Ostick with 25. Hill has 31 of his own. And Herger has 4. to Gering's. Radzimski has 60 yards. We're hoping he's okay with that injury out there. You hate to see anybody go down, especially this time of the year, but he did have 60 yards and a touchdown run called back by a penalty there. And Oswicious has 10 yards. And then as far as passing goes, Scottsbluff has 13 yards passing. Hill is 1 for 4. And that one reception did go to Hagen. And Gering, Hayden has 32 yards, and he is 5 for 7. So he's really had a pretty productive night back there at quarterback. You haven't noticed any drop-off from Radzimski moving over to the running back spot, and he's really spreading the ball around. Oswicious has 3 catches for 22 yards. They found a little wrinkle on that aggressive Scottsbluff defense on the outside in the flat with the fullback.
So numbers say Gering, well, really everything so far tonight says Gering doing a great job hanging in this football game, and credit Coach O'Boyle for putting together a game plan to keep his team in this game and give them a chance. They got to have some great confidence brewing right now in the locker room.
Oh, absolutely, and I think like you said before, noticing across the field there on the sideline, Gering is jacked up. They're ready to play. They're jumping around, and Scottsbluff, it's such a monumental task coming into their house and putting up yards like they are and keeping a game close like this, and it's something Gering hasn't been able to do for a few years now. So I think it's a real testament to Coach O'Boyle and what he's doing out there, and the players, and just guys like Oswicious, Brady Radzimski, giving it all out there. And Scottsbluff, they're not stepping down either. That front seven from Scottsbluff is like a brick wall out there.
13-0 our score right now at halftime, as the Cats have a 2-score lead, a missed extra point right now, the lone blemish right now as far as the PATs are concerned from Rodriguez. 13-0. We're back. We'll check some scores around Class B coming up right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Am I being too pro Gering?
No.
Okay, good.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere.
Fourth quarter, that score 23-13, a big game in Class B this evening. It's all Waverly in a big matchup against Norris right now at last check, 24-0. Roncalli with a 35-13 lead on Elkhorn North, and haven't been able to, just searching NEB Preps, the hashtag on Twitter, not coming across a Bridgeport or Mitchell score, but Mitchell in C1. Got a quick text message from Nick Cookshausen, their head coach today, and he thought even with a win tonight over Sidney, that Lincoln Christian not playing a game tonight that got canceled, he thought with Lincoln Christian not playing, that might, however, that whatever the ins and outs of that is, them not playing might mean even with a win, Mitchell could be on the road for a first-round playoff game next week. And Jeremy Reimers, the head coach at Bridgeport, checked in and said they needed a win over Hershey, expected Hershey winless this year, and they also needed a Gordon Rushville victory over a winless Chase County team for Bridgeport to host a first-round playoff game next week. So that's kind of the story heading into tonight's action for both Mitchell And Bridgeport, the Tigers, and the Bulldogs looking to get into the postseason. Well, they will be in. It's just whether or not they'll be at home or out on the road. Scottsbluff pretty much locked in to a 12 seed with a win here tonight. Really not going to move up in the power points, according to head coach Judd Hall. It's just where are they going to go? I saw some chatter today that there's a possibility they could wind up at Northwest. Some of the assistants for Scottsbluff said lot rides on that Norris-Waverly game. They could wind up at Aurora. They could wind up at Norris. So we'll see how things shake out. I've never been one to punch the numbers into the spreadsheet and do a lot of stuff like that. Mitchell leading Sidney 20-7 at the start of the second half, says the Gering play-by-play man Jeff Kelly. So Mitchell trying to take care of their business right now, and they lead Sidney by the score of 20-7. But I kind of like to just go to bed, get a night's sleep, wake up, see what the brackets look like, and then kind of go from there. Not really been one to crunch the numbers.
Boy, it takes a math degree to figure out those PowerPoints sometimes. It's a complicated system.
Randy Plummer's brother Steve Plummer checks in with a quick text message. Bridgeport cruising tonight. They lead 37-0, taking care of their business as well. So thanks to Jeff and Steve for those score updates for those two key games around the region here in the Panhandle tonight. We're at halftime. Scottsbluff leading Gering 13-0. We'll come back with the start of the second half right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve. Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
Home buying is filled with decisions. Neighborhood, floor plan, fenced yard. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home. Home buying is filled with decisions. Square feet, fixer-upper, room to grow. Make one choice that's easy. Start with FNBO first. We'll guide you home.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Adam Ostick. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast tonight on KDB.TV. Radio coverage on 106.9 The Trail. We're here in our Logos broadcast booth tonight at Bearcat Stadium. Great effort from Gering in the first half. Scottsbluff, though, leads 13-0. They try and take care of their business, close out this win at home to wrap up their regular season and move into the postseason. Been a hard-hitting affair here tonight, really, both sidelines tonight.
It sure has. It has been a lot of fun to watch. Both of these teams really showed up to play. Both of them are playing at a very high level out there.
Gering received the football to start the ball game. They will boot it away to the Bearcats. It'll come down to Ostick. He'll play it off a bounce. He's at the 20, brings it back near that far hash mark and tackled just shy. Well, maybe they'll give him the 25-yard line. So a key opening drive coming up for Scottsbluff. We'll see if they can sort of get ready to impose their will on this Gering defensive unit with the big fellas up front. Guys like Mokiak and Tyler Smith, Hayes, Moggs, Simons. Schwartz, a big tight end. He'll line up right side. Wing back that side is Alex Galindo. 2 tight end set. Now they'll switch the formation. Wing left. Ostick will take the ball from Hill. Jackson Ostick has some running room. First down across the 40, still on his feet, out to around midfield, and they'll give him the 50, a gain of 25. Longest running play of the night for Jackson Ostick, and a great start to the second half for the Bearcats.
Absolutely. Good, tough run from Jackson there up the sideline, weaving through a few guys, but again, the offensive line for Scottsbluff showing up and really giving Jackson some lanes to run through.
Yeah, was able to get to the corner, get it turned, get the shoulder squared, get upfield. Low snap, give to Galindo. They run off the left side again. Alex, look, he's 5'8", 155. You wouldn't figure he'd be a tough kid running inside the tackles, but he's been more than serviceable and, frankly, then some running between the tackles this year.
Absolutely. He sure has. Tonight he's already got 78 yards. Gering has not had an answer for him tonight.
Pick up of 4. It's second down and 6. Snap to Hill again. Low snap. He'll keep it. Stutter steps. Falls forward inside the Gering 45. They'll mark him at the 44 for a gain of about 2.
Good tough run there from Hill. Had to sidestep some traffic. Gering did a good job of penetrating the backfield, getting back to him. But here we are, third down. These are the plays that really make or break a game.
13-0 Scottsbluff. This feels like 4-down territory for the Bearcats. Third down. Scoreboard says 4. Looks more like 5 from our vantage point. They lead it 13-0. Couple of plays into this second half, and the Cats are in Gering territory. They'll flip the strong side to the left. Snap to Hill. They're going to run off that left side again. Ostick, and he's going to be right near the line needed to pick up a fresh set of downs.
Great run there from Jackson. Really used his speed to get upfield, and it's going to be close.
We will wait, and it looks like we're going to get a measurement now. So the chain gang won't have far to go. Ball out at the numbers on that far side.
I'm sure they'll appreciate moving a little bit in this cold.
Ooh. Hey, when we walk out of the press box tonight, it's going to feel cold.
We are fortunate to have the heater up here tonight.
Sydney punches one in. They trail Mitchell 20-14. So the Red Raiders hanging tough on the road tonight. Down the road at Mitchell. So just short. So a gain of 4 for Ostick, and it'll bring up fourth down, and a couple of inches is all now for Judd Hull's power running attack here in this Bearcat offense.
Well, the running backs have really seen a lot of success back there tonight running.
10 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the third quarter. Early stages, second half. Scottsbluff leads rival Gering 13-0. Brett Hill, a snap. It gets by him. Hill not going to get there. It'll be a turnover on downs and a huge loss of yardage for the Cats. That's the third low snap we saw on the drive. And this one results in a loss of about 16 yards as Galindo fell on it. That'll crush that yards per carry average.
That will. Boy, big break for Gering there, but uncharacteristic mistake from Scottsbluff. But it was weird that series we saw a couple low snaps. Wonder if that coolness is getting to the center or what's going on down there.
Even on one of Hill's running plays, I wondered if maybe the snap forced Hill to just keep it instead of hand the football off when he picked up a couple on that series.
Messed up the mesh point a little bit, the timing of it, who knows.
So here come the Bulldogs, 13-0. They're trailing. First and 10, I formation. Hunter Hayden stretches the handoff out. They give it to Radzimski. Good to see Brady back in the game. And he picks up 5, and that'll make it second down and 5. Hey, you knew if Radzimski could go, he'd tape it up and say, let's do this.
Absolutely. Tough kid. Really enjoyed talking to him and just fun to watch. A little hole there in Scottsbluff, and again, getting upfield kind of like we saw Jackson do last drive.
Running towards Nick Mogg's side with some success there for a gain of 5. I formation. Hayden give to Aloysius on the carry. Straight ahead, he'll get 4.
What a tank.
And he'll be a yard shy of the first down. 2 running plays, 9 yards gain. Radzimski and Aloysius And it'll be 3rd down and 1. 4-down territory here for the Bulldogs.
Absolutely. You got to think they're not looking to punt the rest of the night.
I formation. Hayden. They will give it to the second back through the I-back, and Tyler Smith cracks him in the backfield as Smith blew past the offensive lineman.
Wow. What a play there from Smith. I just read that from the beginning and made a good, solid form tackle in the backfield. Turned that from a 3rd and short to a 4th and medium.
Eli Thompson got dropped for a 2-yard loss, and that'll make it 4th down and 3 now for Gering.
Boy, good playmakers make plays when they need to, and he showed up that play. What a great play for the Bearcats.
Tyler Smith, a senior leader on this Bearcats team. They'll bunch up tight in that defensive line. Now they'll roll Hayden right. Simons gives chase. They have the pass complete and pushed out of bounds. Carmelo Timlin on the catch. Line of scrimmage was the 37. Gering gets it inside the 30. They'll mark the football at the 27-yard line, a pickup of 10.
Wow, another rollout play to the right, which I think this goes to show you how much they respect the D-line of Scottsbluff, trying to get away from him, move the pocket, and a good pass and catch. I tell you what, Hunter Hayden has played an incredible game tonight. Really played the strongest game we've seen him play all year.
You know, moving the pocket like that quickly limits the amount of receivers that a quarterback has to read.
Exactly.
It limits the amount of pressure one side can't get on a quarterback. Just good coaching.
Good coaching.
I formation. Hayden, play action. This pass is caught. Owishus down the far sideline at the 10, at the 5. Owishus into the end zone. No, they're going to say he stepped out, got bumped, and stepped out around the 5-yard line with 7:24 to play in this 3rd quarter. The Bulldogs are knocking on the door here, looking for their first points of the night.
Another fullback in the flat there. Look a little different. He stayed in the pocket, almost like a little screen pass. Again, Gering's putting in some of these wrinkles, keeping that Scottsbluff defense off balance.
A pickup of 22 on the dump off. High formation. Hayden, the give to Radzimski. And not a lot doing there for the senior I-back. Tyler Smith, again from that nose tackle spot, busts across the line of scrimmage and stops that play for no gain. Contact Jennifer Yurdialis, your local 5-star lender with Castle & Cook Mortgage for a simple, friendly, and fast loan process for your home purchase or refinance. Contact Jennifer today. Castle & Cook Mortgage, the key to your castle. Got to find a way to punch it in.
Absolutely. No question.
Receiver left. Timlin, one to the right. That's Ray. Owishus moves to the left from the fullback spot. They give to Radzimski. He is in, and the Bulldogs are on the board for the first time tonight. They run off tackle right side. Over on that side, Jackson Schlotthauer, Trey Zwickel, the center, Schwarzkopf doing his job, and Radzimski punches it in the 3rd quarter with 6:37 to play. And the Bulldogs are right here in this game, crosstown at Bearcat Stadium.
You know, counterplay there. Everyone thought that was going to the left. Nice play design to the right. Radzimski was patient and found his way right into the end zone. What a game here. This is exciting football to watch the last week of the regular season.
Lance Isaacs, we'll see what they do here. Looks like they might have changed their mind. Hunter Hayden comes back on. Caden Bonsack, the regular holder. It's like they're going to line up and go for 2. Hayden in the gun. Thompson to his right. Trips to the right side. Single receiver. Isaacs to the left. They roll out Hayden to the right. Hayden flips it in the end zone. We've got a pass interference called against Alex Galindo. Defending against Turner Ray. Kind of mauled him as Hayden rolled right. And that'll be a half the distance to the goal call.
And that's a big play because that puts that now that's only 1 yard into the end zone. Great pass there from Hayden. The only person that could catch that was Ray. It looks like he got held kind of on his break, but Great pass. Gering's really showing up to play here.
6'1" against 5'8" defensively. Why not go to that?
You mentioned that earlier in the night.
Feels like they're still going to need to throw this pass on this play. Not sure they can trust the line to keep penetration from getting into the backfield. They're going to line up in the I formation, though, and they will run it off tackle. Eli Thompson stacked up, and he's not going to get there.
Great stand from the defensive front from Scottsbluff. We've been talking about them all night. They stood up when they needed to. Great play, great team.
2-point conversion fails on the run play. 6:37 to go in the third quarter. We have a one-score game, 13-6 Scottsbluff on the West Coast scoreboard.
At TC and More in Scottsbluff, we believe it's the little things that make your house a home. Start with home decor. Brighten up any room in your house with flags, wall decorations, and custom art pieces. Next, brighten up your wardrobe with clothing and accessories like jewelry and purses from the Myra collection. And remember, seniors and military members receive an additional 10% discount. Visit our website, tcandmore.com, and like us on Facebook, TC and More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
Plant seeds of safety around irrigation equipment. Here are some potential hazards. Avoid moving irrigation equipment on windy days. Never try to remove an irrigation pipe that is contacting a power line. Keep spray from irrigation systems away from power lines. Make sure wiring is always grounded properly. Stay away from irrigation systems during lightning activity. We should always promote safety in all fields of endeavor. This message is brought to you by Chimney Rock Public Power, your touchstone energy partner, the power of human connections.
And there's a mistake from the Gering special teams unit as the kick sails out of bounds here on the near side. And Scottsbluff will get the football with fine starting field position now at the 35-yard line. Adam, 6:37 to go in the third quarter. I'd be lying if I thought we'd have a one-score game at this point, but a credit to Gering just continuing to play hard. On to the next play, and the next play after that, just keep doing your job, and here they are, down 13-6, and Scottsbluff going to need to put a drive together here.
They sure are, and at Scottsbluff, which they're more than capable of doing, but credit Gering not giving up with some bad breaks and really staying in this game.
1st and 10 for the Cats. They've got it at their own 35-yard line. Double tight end set. They're going to take to the air. Brett Hill will fire. He's got Galindo open. Alex on the catch at the 35 of Gering, hauled down and tackled. A late flag called against Gering. Could have a face mask maybe on Tanner Gartner. A gain on the play. Let's see, 35-15 to the 50. That's a gain of 39 yards on the pass play from Hill to Alex Galindo, and they finally were able to sneak Galindo. Boy, he's tough. You line him up in the backfield, then you sneak him out with that speed. He can get a defensive back on his heels in a hurry downfield.
Oh, absolutely. You just can't let him behind you, and Gering did on that play, and then a tough break on the horse collar.
So horse collar tackled the flag.
Yep, this tough break. He was just trying to hold on for dear life there to get him down because he respects the speed of Galindo so much.
6:27 to go after the mark off the long pass play. 1st and 10 for the Cats at the Gering 13-yard line. Snap to Hill. He'll give to Ostick. Running off tackle left. Jackson down inside the 10-yard line. Down to around the 5. We'll see where they mark him. They will put the football at the nose of the football, probably on this 5-yard line there, maybe just shy, but gain of 8. It'll set up 2nd down and 2. Can get the first. Looks like it around the 3-yard line. They will give to Galindo. Hurdles a defender, still on his feet. Tackled it around the 3. We'll see if he's got enough for a first down. They'll blow the whistle and bring the chains in from the far side. 5 minutes, 25 seconds to play. Bridgeport, a shutout win tonight against Hershey. Mitchell in a dogfight at last check. Now they've gone in front 28-14 against Sydney. And that is a first down, a gain of 3 for Alex Galindo, as Scottsbluff quickly knocking on the door here. Just a couple of plays on this drive. Took over possession at their own 35 after the kickoff went out of bounds here along the near sideline. Snap to Hill. Give to Galindo. Alex walks into the end zone nearly untouched. That drive took a minute and 21 seconds is all. And with 5:16 to play in the third quarter, Alex Galindo has his second touchdown run of the night. This one from 3 yards. And it's now a 19-6 lead for Scottsbluff. A 1 minute and 21 second drive that covered 65 yards.
What an impressive drive from Scottsbluff, and doing most of that through the air, really catching Gering off guard. And that goes to show you just the strength of this Scottsbluff team. Their offense is it's hard to stop.
The big pass play on that first down, opening play of the drive. The kick from Rodriguez splits the uprights, and with 5:16 to go in the third quarter, it's Scottsbluff leading Gering 20-6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
For Garrett for Gering, back out across the 30 to the 35-yard line, and you put toe to football to kick it off on a night like this, and you feel it.
Oh, yeah, that ball's a little harder out there tonight. That's a tough one for these kickers.
Placido's had some touchbacks here in the last few weeks. Nothing anywhere near the end zone tonight outside of the one that was allowed to hit and roll into the end zone. So, yeah, definitely feeling a chill in the air. It was 28 degrees at kickoff.
I think I got 27 right now.
27 degrees right now. 5:10 to play. A quick toss to Radzimski, trying to get outside. Made Caden Shoemaker miss, but Chance Simons quickly wrapped him up and brought him down. Let's see where they put the football. Maybe a gain of 1 is all.
Yeah, great outside contain there by Chase. Stopped that play before he could get outside with the dangerous Radzimski.
Simons has been awesome this year, a junior, 67 tackles. Mentioned his numbers earlier, 5.5 sacks, 9 quarterback hurries. Just a real tough cookie. Not going to shy away from anybody or anything. And you've got a Nick Mogg out there that same way. Jace Wilkinson, Hegum, Mendoza. Real solid front seven. They're going to take to the air. They try to dump it off to Owicius, and pass is deflected.
Well, and that's nothing new. Not a new play for Gering here tonight. Scottsbluff snuffed it out that time, but 3rd and long here again. Can Gering get something going, or are they going to try to pass the ball downfield? We haven't seen a ton of that tonight.
That has been the go-to. The dump off in the flat. Owicius has been a targeted receiver quite often here tonight. Had some success on that last scoring drive, busting that play down the far sideline. 4:18 to go in the third, 20-6. Scottsbluff leading by 14. Snap to Hayden. Moves the pocket left. Simons comes from behind, tracks him down, And Chance Simons records his first sack of the night. Now 6.5 on the season, a loss of 1, and that'll make it 4th down and long.
Yeah, there's that front 7 again that we've been talking about, disrupting the pass pro by the offensive line up front, and there was nowhere to go and there was nowhere fast.
Really no receivers deep. The entire defense can really play that short intermediate route defensively in the pass game and really nowhere to go with the football. And nobody back deep for Scottsbluff on the punt return team. Goodrow gets it to bounce inside the 30, and Scottsbluff will take over 1st and 10 here late in the 3rd quarter, 3:33 to play. They'll have it inside the right hash mark at their own 28-yard line.
But Goodrow's been a good story for Gering this year. Freshman out there punting, had to call him up for some punting duties after they struggled in the first couple games. Good to see him out there.
Good-looking athlete.
Absolutely.
Well put together for
Absolutely.
a freshman.
Yes, he's going to be good for a lot of years for Gering.
1st and 10, Scottsbluff going to take to the air again on 1st down. They go at Galindo. Excellent job high-pointing the football on the catch, working against Isaacs, who, you know what, he had really good coverage.
He did. That's as good as a catch as you're going to see anywhere. What a great catch by Galindo. We've talked about him a lot tonight. I mean, just what a catch. What a catch.
Gain of 41 on the play. Hill to Galindo. Went up, caught the ball at its highest point, and just made a better play than the coverage was, which was good. 3 minutes and 10 seconds, 1st and 10, Scottsbluff. We've seen a lot of this tonight. Get to the line, then they flip the formation. We've seen a lot of that tonight as well. A bad snap. This time, Brett Hill makes something out of nothing and runs it inside the Gering 30 to the 28-yard line, a gain of 4, but Scottsbluff has struggled. Cold weather, slick football, I'd imagine, but boy, you've got to get the snap up.
Absolutely. That's really plagued them, especially in this second half. You wonder if this cold weather has played a factor in that. It's really the first cold day we've had this year.
Felt like summer about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we jumped it quickly to winter here the last 24 hours. The give to Ostick. Ostick inside the 20. Ostick going to be brought down at around the 17-yard line. A gain of 11 for the junior running back, Jackson Ostick, and that'll be a fresh set of downs. A 1st down carry for Jackson Ostick with 2:16 to play here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, that offensive line for the Bearcats is really starting to impose their will up front. Hill's had time, and, other than the snapping issues, there's really been some holes for the running backs to run through.
Cats will come to the line of scrimmage. Two tight end set. Arnold left, Schwartz on the right side. Wing back right, Galindo. Full back offset that direction, Hegem. They're going to run power football off the right side. Ostick, good cut to the outside. On his feet, spins into the end zone. A 17-yard touchdown run for Jackson Ostick with 1:48 to go. Here in the 3rd quarter, Gering made it a 13-6 game. Scottsbluff has scored on back-to-back drives.
Well, what a great run there from Jackson. There wasn't a lot there, and he made about 2 guys miss on the edge and walked into the air. Well, didn't walk into the end zone, made a good move into the end zone.
Boy, a very subtle move to kind of just move it to the outside, got down the sideline, spun it around the 1 or 2 yard line, and found pay dirt. The kick from Placido Rodriguez, that's good. And with 1:48 to play in the 3rd quarter, Scottsbluff starting to stretch this thing out. They lead 27-6 on the West Coast scoreboard. At around the 10-15 yard line. Tyler Garrett on the return brings it back across the 25. They'll put the football down at the 31. So a nice return from Garrett. Score starting to get away from Gering a little bit, but we cannot let that cloud the fact of how well they've played and how tough they've been so far tonight. But Scottsbluff has this tendency to just kind of wear on an opponent over the course of 4 quarters.
They do. They're strong, they're big, they're tough, and they're well coached. It's hard to beat.
I formation behind Hayden. He will hand the football off. On the carry is Eli Thompson. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line, a gain of 4 on first down.
Good tough run there from Eli. Eli was the starting running back before Radzimski moved over to that position. Good tough kid, a senior that's really put some miles on this year.
It'll be 2nd down and 6 coming up on 1 minute to play in this third quarter. Hunter Hayden has gone the distance at quarterback tonight.
Really played well.
Tip your cap to the young man. First varsity experience this year at the position, and asked to step in midway through the year, and he's acquitted himself fairly well. The give to Thompson. Couple of cutbacks. He's across midfield, brought down at the Scottsbluff 45-yard line, a gain of 19 for Eli Thompson.
Great run from Eli there, tough run against Scottsbluff, very aggressive blitzing linebackers, and Gering, you ran a stretch play to kind of get where they weren't, and Thompson in space, he can move.
40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Scottsbluff leads 27-6, and after watching Gering tonight move the ball with quite a bit of success at times against this Scottsbluff unit, I'm shocked they came into the game averaging 5.9 points a game, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely. It was just it took a second for them to find their stride, but you look, they can really be successful out there.
I formation, hard count, Mendoza, he knew it. Yeah. Fullback might have moved, Owicius might have moved also, but Mendoza jumped into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty against Scottsbluff. You live, you die sometimes with Gazelle doing that, because if he times it right, you're looking at a loss, and on that one, though, free 5 for the Dogs.
Yep, if you've ever blitzed from the linebacker spot, you've been caught once or twice. It's a feast or famine type of deal, but of course in high school you can't get back once you cross that neutral zone. It is an offsides penalty.
That will be we'll not see another snap here before we head to the fourth quarter. We've got 12 more minutes to play at Bearcat Stadium in this rivalry. Another Scottsbluff Gering edition here tonight in western Nebraska. After 3, it's Scottsbluff on top of the Bulldogs, 27-6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's because it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leaf Heads.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
First down and 5. The give to Eli Thompson. He runs it inside the Scottsbluff 30 down to the 27. A gain of 13 yards for Eli Thompson. We need to mention the excellent showing from the Gering cross country team today at the state meet in Kearney. On the girls' side, Maddie Seiler wins the state championship in Class B. The Gering girls finished in 8th. Peyton Seiler for the Gering boys individually finished 3rd. As we get a handoff for the Bulldogs, and not much doing there for Thompson. In fact, a loss of 1. Peyton Seiler finished 3rd individually. A pair of Scott runners led the Skyhawks to a state title. The Gering boys finished in 7th. Brooke Holsworth finished in 8th in the girls' race for Scottsbluff. So excellent showing from those runners, and the Gering girls and boys both with solid team finishes, and Maddie Seiler, a state cross-country champion.
Wow, how exciting is that? What a great accomplishment. That is no easy task.
Minute into our fourth quarter, Timlin motions back towards the line of scrimmage. Patient run from Thompson behind his offensive line. Gets it to the 20. A gain of 8, and that'll make it second down and short now for the Bulldogs. Offensive line has performed well here tonight. Mount,
sure
Lee,
have.
Schwarzkopf, Schlotthauer, Zwickel, and the backs have started to find some headway here at spots tonight in the short passing game as well.
Really answered the call on a very tough task they were facing.
10:27 to go in the fourth. Scottsbluff leads 27-6. Hunter Hayden under center. Timlin, that short motion again. They will give it to Thompson. Running right. Mendoza made the tackle, and there to help clean it up, Josiah Mobley.
Big play there for the Bearcat defense. Puts Scottsbluff in fourth and medium here. You got to think they're going for it at this stage of the game. The Bulldogs are, but big play defensively.
4th and 4 coming up. 2 minutes into the fourth. Mogg, Smith, and Simons along the D-line. Mobley in as an inside backer, along with Mendoza. On the outside, you've got Baltazar and Jace Wilkinson.
Boy, they've played well tonight. They really have.
Now we get a whistle and a timeout. Keep it right here. 9:41 to play in the ball game. Waverly, a shutout win over Norris. Of course, nothing will be official or finalized until tomorrow morning. I'm sure we'll start to get a pretty good feel for these seedings and who's got who in Class B later tonight. Some of the assistant coaches from Scottsbluff here in the press box early this evening were saying there was a scenario they thought that a Waverly win over Norris, coupled of course with a Scottsbluff win tonight, could send the Cats to play at Norris, a team they beat in the quarterfinals here at home last year. James Carney, their tight end, recently committed to Nebraska.
Well, he had a heck of a catch last week.
He had a heck of a catch last year here in this.
Oh, yes.
For a touchdown right down the seam.
Absolutely. That was a fun game to watch.
Aiden Order, their quarterback, so they've got a talented unit there at Norris. But Waverly shuts them out tonight. Hastings was winning in the fourth quarter on the road at Grand Island Northwest. That'd be a big bounce-back win for the Tigers. Back to live action, 4th and 4 for Gering. Down 27-6. Run the play clock down, and the pass in and out of the hand, shoots through and out of bounds as Hayden really threw a pretty good ball to Turner Ray. Put it up where the 6'1 receiver could get it, and just couldn't bring it in, and Scottsbluff will take over now, 1st and 10.
Yeah, great pass there from Hayden. You know, that it's tough. We talk about the conditions out there. That ball gets a little tougher to catch too, especially on a rocket like Hayden threw there.
Tight spiral. Ray unable to make the grab. Scottsbluff, 9:36 to play in the game. Appear to be in pretty safe right now to get the victory, up by 21. They send Ostick in motion. They kind of flip it to him as Hill just drops it into his hands. And Jackson cuts back at the 25, gets across the 30 to the 31-yard line, and might have just enough to pick up another first down. He does.
Wow, what quickness Jackson showed there on the outside and cut back up to the middle, and again made about 4 or 5 different guys miss on that play to pick up the 10 yards.
Clock running at 9 minutes and 15 seconds to play. Mitchell was up by 2 touchdowns at home against Sydney. Bridgeport, a blowout shutout win against Hershey.
No, come by and try some of our fall creations like the Harvest Latte with pumpkin, vanilla, and caramel. Did I mention that we have an amazing pumpkin coffee cake? Come by and see us today at 409 West 27th Street. Jack's Gourmet Coffee and Snow. We look forward to serving you.
Start against Scottsbluff.
Yeah, I don't know where that happened. It was hard to see from up here, but you never know.
Mason Kinsey comes off. Christian Arnold back into the game at tight end for the Cats. We're at 8:59 to go in the fourth quarter. And Adam, there's a lot to build off of with Gering's performance tonight, but building off this means you've got to make it a positive off season.
Absolutely.
Weight room, dedication to what the coaches want you to do. Such a tough thing to bring this program back from where it's at right now. This has been a fine effort from Coach O'Boyle, Coach Kinnaman, and the rest of the staff here tonight. And really a pat on the back to the Gering kids for the effort they've shown, but what do you do with it now moving forward?
Absolutely, and Coach Remington said after the McCook game that this game wasn't lost tonight. It was lost over the last 4 years, really working that weight room, those mornings, that tough time, those tough mornings where you got to get up, and I remember them well. And that's all stuff that you have to put together to be a winning program.
Hill, the play action pass. He'll fire to Galindo at midfield, drop the football, and they're going to say a catch and a fumble. And Scottsbluff falls on it. Christian Arnold hustling downfield falls on the football as Galindo coughed it up at the 45. So a gain of 26 on the passing play from Hill to Galindo. Alex has struggled a little bit with ball security tonight, tucking it away at times. Almost just flat dropped one in open space on a handoff earlier. But Arnold, the hustle play.
Yeah, interesting play there, catch and tackle. I think Gering thought they were going to pick it up and run, and Scottsbluff player decided, no, I'm just going to jump on it.
Quarterback keeper, design carry for Brett Hill. He gets it to the 37-yard line, a gain of, well, they'll give him 3. It'll set up 2nd down and 7. We're down to 7.5 minutes to play in this game. Floyd's Truck Center, your commercial farm and feed truck center representing Freightliner, Western Star, and Harsh. Find Floyd's Truck Center at 322 South Beltline Highway East in Scottsbluff. The give to Galindo, cuts back middle, sidesteps a defender still on his feet, tries to outrun Turner Ray, who makes the tackle, but not before Galindo sprints it inside the Gering 20-yard line. They'll mark it at the 17, a gain of 19 for Alex Galindo.
What a great run, working inside and then had to cut it outside. He's just electric. He's fun to watch.
First down carry for Galindo. We go under 7 minutes to play in the game. Scottsbluff approaches the line of scrimmage. Double tight end set. They bring Galindo, motion him into the backfield. They give to Ostick. Jackson running room at the 5 and tackled on the play that time with the stop was Gartner. Line of scrimmage was the 17. A pickup of about 14 yards there for Jackson Ostick. And that motion into the backfield with Galindo's got to draw your attention defensively, and then Ostick hits it up underneath.
Absolutely, and that's what makes Scottsbluff so hard to play, the misdirection and the amount of athletes they have. They can really hit you from any angle.
Cats to the line of scrimmage, trying to really finish this one off, and they're going to do it with Jackson Ostick on the short 2-yard touchdown run with 6:08 to play here in the game.
Great drive put together there by Scottsbluff, and they've really had some success through the air tonight, along with a rushing attack with two of their players over 100 yards. This Scottsbluff team's really a force to be reckoned with.
Jackson Ostick, 2 touchdown runs. Alex Galindo, couple of touchdown runs, and Brett Hill, a 3rd touchdown score on the night. Placido Rodriguez converts on the PAT, and with 6:08 to play in the game, Scottsbluff now comfortably in front. They lead Gering 34-6 on the West Coast scoreboard.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's because it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
New season and new fashion is in at Compliments for you and your home. Check out what's new from Tribal and Charlie B. From light layers for warm days and cool nights to reversibles that are a must-have for the season. Compliments has the style for you. With great looks come great deals. Compliments always has weekly deals to bring more style into your life. Get ahead of the trends and get the new shapes, shades, and colors this season at Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Gartner on the return for Gering out to the 25-yard line. And Gering will have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, really hats off to the Bulldogs here coming into Bearcat Stadium, knowing the tasks they're up against. They've really played well.
Gering, though, staring at a winless season here after this thing goes final. Scottsbluff will finish 5-4 officially NSAA-wise. The Custer game and the Columbus loss in week 1. And how about Columbus, a Class A playoff victory this afternoon? Scottsbluff officially going to be 4-3 for the NSAA and PowerPoint rankings. Hayden in the shotgun, back to each side, 2 receivers to his left. They will throw it up to Turner Ray on the catch, working against. Who had the coverage on that play? That was going to be Anselmo Camacho. Regardless, you're going to get a smaller corner working against Turner Ray, and a nice ball there delivered by Hunter Hayden. Line of scrimmage was the 39, so give them, or the 20, give them 21 to midfield, another 8, so a gain of 29 on the play for the Bulldogs. Hayden to Turner Ray. Nice ball from Hayden.
Well, that was a good-looking pass. Turner Ray saw it late and made a good catch, too, down the sideline.
I formation. Hayden gives it to Radzimski back in the game. Brady sneaks across the 40 down to the 39, a pickup of 3 for the senior running back / quarterback, safety.
Just a Swiss Army knife for the Bulldogs.
Played receiver earlier in his career. Simon's on the tackle for Scottsbluff. So we'll wait and see where the Cats head to next week. No stranger, obviously, for a Class B playoff run. Back-to-back trips to Lincoln to play in the state championship game. Losses to Scott. Baltazar jumped the gun, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty, offsides against the Cats.
Yeah, Hayden's done a good job tonight about using that snap count. They've got him a few times here to jump offsides.
And that's normally a Scottsbluff specialty, the hard count. And a free 5 yards. So that'll set up 2nd down now and 2 for the Bulldogs. Tyson Klein comes into the game, replacing Jared Baltazar in an outside backer spot for Scottsbluff. James Bruner out again tonight. Hopefully back and ready to go for the first round of the playoffs next week. Starting receiver when they go to passing sets. Radzimski slipped down, and he's going to be right near the line needed to pick up a first. We'll see. Maybe we get a measurement here. No, they'll move. He's eyeballing it. First down, Bulldogs.
You betcha. It was a tough break for Radzimski falling down there, too. He had a little bit of room. I think he could have had a few more yards after that.
We've seen that a few times tonight, that hard plant, and the feet just going out from underneath some of these ball carriers.
Absolutely.
The give to Radzimski, and he quickly said, I'm just going to have to lower my head here, get my shoulder pads, leaning forward, get what I can. He gets it across the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7 now, as we'll go under 4 minutes to play.
Yep, great series here for the Scottsbluff front 7, really pinching down and stopping. Gering's not doing anything fancy this drive and really making some plays. Maybe some backup kids out there getting some time.
Yeah, got Tyrone Shanks on the field, got a few defensive players into the ball game here as backups. Mendoza's still out there. Mentioned Klein and Anselmo Camacho on a corner. Jose Rodriguez also on the opposite side at a cornerback spot. And Hayden lofts one downfield, pass interference. I think it's incomplete. I'll tell you what,
That's a
good ball from
That was
Hayden.
a good-looking pass. That was in traffic, and he dropped it in there. Just a dime. Looked like Mahomes back there.
I was going to say Aaron Rodgers just kind of floating to his left. I mean, he lost. That was a good ball.
That was a good-looking ball, and really a great attempt to catch here, and he was interfered with back there, but was that Isaacs back there making the catch? This Gering offense, there's some fire in there still.
34-6. And again, the score right now not indicative of how the Bulldogs have performed and the effort they've given this evening. We're down to 3 minutes and 29 seconds to go. It's going to look like and it is a comfortable win when it's all said and done for Scottsbluff, but
another foundation for Gering here. Really something to build on.
3:29 to go. In the gun, Hayden. He will look left, come back to his right, and that pass late and behind Turner Ray. And Anselmo Camacho there defensively with the pass breakup. And that's just a quarterback who's not very seasoned, hasn't had a lot of reps at the position, coming back. Secondary read against a defensive unit that's going to be in the right place, and that ball was late and also behind the receiver. Lucky it wasn't picked.
Yep, old adage for quarterbacks, never throw late over the middle, and unfortunately that's what that was. Lucky break for Gering, but Scottsbluff fundamentally sound on that coverage, and there was nowhere to go with that ball.
Camacho's played a lot of snaps at the cornerback spot tonight. Rodriguez started in place of Bruner last week. Camacho's been out there a lot tonight. Both he and Rodriguez on the field now. Galindo gets a break defensively. They toss it to Brady Rudzimski, still looking a little gimpy after that lower leg injury earlier, but able to turn the corner and pick up a nice chunk of yards on that play inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. A gain of, give him 7. That'll make it 3rd down and 3 now for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, nice looking run there. They pulled a guard and a tackle out there to get in front of Brady and made something out of nothing.
You know, that they want to score regardless, but they'd love to get Rudzimski in the end zone here tonight.
Absolutely.
His final game against Scottsbluff.
Absolutely, absolutely. Something to talk about in the dorm room next year.
High formation. Rudzimski dots the I. Hayden under center. They will toss it to the left. Brady dips in, cuts back out, reaches the ball across the goal line. No signal yet. And they'll mark him out at the 1. A gain of 3. And it'll be 1st and goal now for the Bulldogs at the 1.
Nice play there. Same play as they've been running the last 2 plays. Pull a couple guard and tackle out in front of Brady, and he's athletic out there. He's hard to bring down.
Good effort to give that ball a lunge.
It was close. That was really close.
He's the tailback. They will give it to Brady. Brady is not going to get to the goal. Yeah, they will. They'll signal touchdown from the far side. And Rudzimski with 3:03 to go here in this game has his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Great to see that from Brady. I mean, tough kid. Has really put in his time into this program in the weight room, film study, all the intangibles that make a good man, and that's the kind of stuff that you learn from playing football.
He's a senior. He's got both the scores tonight. 5-yard run in the 3rd quarter. That drew Gering to within 13-6 at the time. And now it's 34-12 as Scottsbluff will get the win here tonight. A lot of positives for. Too bad you don't have another game to play next week. Boy, this would be one, even in a loss, you'd go into the locker room, talk about what's in front of us the next week. Guys would be excited to come to practice knowing they hung in physically against a Class B power like this. And it's the end of the road here for the Dogs here in the next 3:03. They fake the toss. They'll lob it into the back of the end zone. Pass is almost intercepted. See, defending on the play for Scottsbluff, Kobe Carrizales. We'll keep it right here. 3:03 left in this one. 34-12 our score. As Scottsbluff is head to the playoffs. Gering will head to the house when it's all done tonight. Mitchell, Bridgeport, head to the postseason next week. 6-man teams from around the Panhandle as well. Potter-Dixon Creek Valley had a big game tonight. 0 for 4 in some of the lower classes yesterday. Hemingford got beat at Nebraska Christian. Layton got beat pretty soundly at Loomis. Garden County's been in the postseason 19 years in a row. They got beat at home by Medicine Valley, and Mullen went on the road and got beat at Pleasanton. So tough start for the Panhandle in the playoffs yesterday. We'll see how things go a week from tonight with some of the other C and B teams getting after it in the second season.
Boy, it's been a tough year, and just watching Gering all year calling their games. Some of the teams that they played this year, they're very good football teams. Class B is stacked this year.
Yeah, we've seen Hastings, both teams. Northwest, both teams. Scottsbluff played Aurora. Both teams have played McCook. We'll get a timeout taken by Gering.
Yeah, you know, and Gering has played a gauntlet, and even the Class C teams they played with Shadron and Mitchell, two very good teams, and Shadron's always well coached, very athletic, and Mitchell has a very solid team as well.
Yeah, Shadron 5-2 coming into play tonight, wrapping up their regular season, trying to punch a ticket to the playoffs next week. Limited fan attendance here tonight with the wrist dial, and things getting a little more hairy here in the region the last week to 10 days. Reading the latest from the Panhandle Public Health Department report. When I got to work this morning, they made the announcement early this week on who would be allowed in. You'll have limited attendance at sub-district volleyball next Tuesday and Wednesday with Gering hosting. So that'll be 6 o'clock start. One match Tuesday, Scottsbluff and Alliance. And the winner will play in the title match against Gering on Wednesday night. We're hoping to have both of those on KNEB.TV. Sort of a longer onside squib type kick. Fielded cleanly by the Cats, and now we're going to get a flag.
Looked like maybe an unnecessary roughness over there on the sideline. I don't know quite what happened over there.
I'm going to agree we had some unnecessary roughness. I don't know which side. I think it was Chance Simons for Scottsbluff. He was the lone Bearcat that came out of a pile of Gering kids.
He lit him up, too. It was a hit. You know, and that's tough on those onside kick plays. You don't practice it a ton, and it's real easy to put a big hit on somebody there.
Saw James Buck sprinting across the field. To the Gering side. I don't see a Bulldog player down. Either way, after the penalty, Scottsbluff going to have the football now. They've got a timeout taken by Judd Hall and the Cats. Both teams, though, look like they're going to get back to business here. Scottsbluff will have it 1st and 10 at the 20. 3:01 to go in the game.
Gosh, it feels colder than the 25, doesn't it?
I don't know if it feels cold.
It feels cold.
I'll give you that. 3:01 to go. Josiah Mobley, backup quarterback, steps in. Completed a pass in week 1 on the road on a fake punt at Columbus to continue a drive. He's seen some mop-up duty at times here this season. Couldn't make out who the tailback was. Tyrone Shanks, the ball carrier there. Shanks picks up 1. And Scottsbluff will be content to just pound the rock here a few times. Maybe pick up 1 first down and about do it. See if they're able to move the chains. 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard run from Shanks. 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the game. Fumbled snap. Mobley back to get it. And Turner Ray spins him all the way into the end zone. They'll give forward progress out to around the 5-yard line. But a loss of 16 for Mobley.
Yeah, another snap issue there. Again, getting late, cold night out there, but Turner was there again. He's been in the backfield a lot tonight.
He sure has.
Now, this is interesting. A 3rd and long. Very long.
Yeah, you're going to see Scottsbluff run the football here and then punt it if need be. Down to 1 minute, 41 seconds to go in the game. Shanks to the left of Mobley. In the gun. Just outside his own end zone. They'll give it to Tyrone Shanks. Shanks is met and tackled. No gain. Gering wants the safety, but Shanks got back to the line of scrimmage. Or got back. And now we're going to get a late flag. And things getting a little chippy, a little talkative here late. Be shocked if this isn't on Gering for maybe saying something after they didn't get the safety call. So a loss of 5. I said line of scrimmage. Quarterback was in the gun standing at the 1. So Shanks loses 5. Personal foul called against Gering.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct there, but that's not an automatic first down.
So that'll move the ball out to just across the 15. Yeah, so unsportsmanlike conduct.
Was it after the play?
Yeah, I think it was after the play. I think something might have got said.
I wonder, yeah.
Because Gering had 4 or 5 kids signaling for the safety.
Yeah,
didn't get the call.
Sure, absolutely.
Some frustrations bubbling up.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a game where you know you're playing well and something like that happens, it's tough to, okay, it is 4th down. That's what I was confused on, if it was 4th down, if it was after the play, or if it was during the play, it would repeat the down, obviously.
Clock running, 1 minute and 15 seconds to go. Scottsbluff staying in the huddle. We're about to go under 1 minute left here in regulation. 4th down and 15. Clock just continuing to run right now. And now we get a whistle, and Scottsbluff takes the timeout. So we'll stay right here. We'll have our Runs a Post-Game show coming up afterwards. Chris Cottrell, Adam Ostick. We're having a good time tonight in the booth with the broadcast. Hope you've enjoyed things, whether it's KNEB.TV, listening on the trail. I know some folks from Gering heading back from state cross country listening tonight. I can tell you quickly about Hydrotex, your lubrication solution partner. They're a member of the Holiday family of companies. Hydrotex is proud to support all local athletes. Runs a post-game show coming up after we hit triple zeros here. 44 seconds away, 44 seconds of game action away from this one going final. 34-12 our score.
Nice scene there. Looks like the seniors are walking off the field together.
And Gering will get the 11 they need back out onto the gridiron. Right now they're about 4 short.
The head coach is talking out there on the field.
Yeah, it's Coach Hall and Coach O'Boyle. It's been a weird last couple of minutes here.
It has. Just kind of a weird cadence for a football game.
The amount of time that ran off the clock moments ago after they marked off the penalty. Now a bunch of kids, a bunch of starters going back into the game now for Scottsbluff.
Is that the punt team maybe?
That is their starting offense out there. There's an injured player for Gering out on the field. Zach Awayo wearing number 48. And Scottsbluff going to take a knee.
That's nice to see him get into the game for a live play there.
So that was the conversation between Coach Hall and Coach O'Boyle.
A lot of class there.
You get the starters back out there. Kids you know, you trust, you tell them what to do quickly. They wanted to take the knee. And Coach Hall got the guys he knew to just do what they were told.
Absolutely.
And now Gering will take over. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. Still 42 seconds left in this one.
A lot of respect between these two coaches for each other, and that's really nice to see where, this football can be more than just the wins and the losses.
Yeah, they're friends. They know each other well. Danny coached on Judd's staff a few years ago and really helped their program out when he was there. Danny's older brother, Pat, was on the Scottsbluff staff a few years ago, now the head coach down at Lee Williams High School in Arizona. Coach O'Boyle was down there last year with his brother. Zach Smith down there. Skylar Ferguson was there, and now he's the head coach at Morrill. Hunter Hayden going to take a shot into the end zone, and that one's incomplete. 37 seconds left. This thing dragging out here in the last few minutes doesn't make it any warmer on the folks in the bleachers still.
No. This has been the slowest part of the game has been the last 2 minutes. But
no doubt.
Two teams that are really heading in the right direction and fun to watch, the respect and just kind of the intangibles you see here.
2nd down. The handoff goes to Brady Radzimski. He'll be tackled. No, slips out of the stop of Jared Baltazar, still on his feet. Baltazar bounces back and gets back in on the tackle at the 10-yard line. No gain on the play for Brady.
Boy, if you could describe Brady Radzimski in one play, and that's it. Just never giving up, not going down, keep fighting till the very end.
We'll see if Gering's able to get one more snap off here before this one goes final. They'll break the huddle, come quickly. We're at 5 seconds. 3 on the clock. Hayden will get the snap. He'll fire, and that pass is off target. One in Turner Ray. Final score here tonight. Scottsbluff wins it 34-12 on the West Coast scoreboard. We'll get to our Runs of Postgame show coming up right after this. Logos in Gering is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gering.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gering, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gering at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve.
Who is Hydrotex? Hydrotex manufactures and distributes over 300 different high-performance lubricants, including fuel conditioners, hydraulic and transmission fluid, and more. We've been helping customers improve their operations for more than 80 years with products made in the USA. We sell directly to customers and can even deliver right to your door to offer excellent service and value. Our products are made to exceedingly extend drain and grease intervals to reduce maintenance and labor costs to improve the budget. Whether you're in a factory, farm, fleet, or like to go fast, Hydrotex is here to help. Visit your local Hydrotex dealer in person or online today.
Well, the final tonight from Bearcat Stadium in Scottsbluff. The Scottsbluff High Bearcats defeat rival Gering by the final of 34-12. Hard-fought, tough game-type effort for the Bulldogs here tonight, but they do wrap up the season winless at 0-9. Scottsbluff, plenty to correct moving forward into the playoffs, but this time of year, a W is a W, and Scottsbluff now officially 4-3 with the NSAA standings, 5-4 the record in the games they played on Friday nights, and they look to be a 12 seed according to Coach Hall. Didn't think there was a way they could move up in the PowerPoint, so we'll see if that's what comes to fruition. A 12 seed, the real possibility for the Cats moving into the second season next week. Hoping we get an appearance from both head coaches here tonight, Danny O'Boyle and Judd Hall. A quick conversation for Coach Hall. We'll step away. We'll also get you our Runza post-game show will also feature Check on the Numbers, brought to you by Paul Reed Construction and Supply, and we'll have our Taco John's players of the game here tonight. Final score, 34-12. Scottsbluff a winner over Gering on the West Coast scoreboard.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
The holidays are a time to connect with family, with friends, with each other. After a busy year, the holidays are a perfect time for laughing together, playing together, talking together, and celebrating together. Spend time this holiday season connecting with the people that mean the world to you, and let us take care of the connectivity.
Chris Cottrell, Adam Ostick, glad to be back with you here on a chilly Friday night in Scottsbluff at Bearcat Stadium. The Cats defeat rival Gering by the score of 34-12. Time to catch up right now with Scottsbluff head coach Judd Hall. Coach, some thoughts on this one? I'm guessing you like the W, but plenty to get cleaned up before next week.
Yeah, plenty to get cleaned up. We'll take it. Win's a win this time of year. So we'll have to look at the film and make sure we come back ready to go next week. Whoever we play next week, we're going to play a lot better than we did tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if Gering definitely came to play tonight. I think you got to tip your cap to Coach O'Boyle. They came, they played physical at the line of scrimmage. They moved the football with the run game at times. They tackled your ball carriers with some, physicality tonight. What'd you make of the physicality, whether it be their side or your side?
Well, I told these guys all week, they're going to practice for a football game on Friday night. They're not just going to roll over and let you do whatever they want to or whatever you want to them. So I thought we started slow, and we did not need to do that in a game like this. So something we got to work on, something we got to improve upon as we move forward into next week.
Positives, what did you see tonight that you hope you can carry with you as you move forward?
Able to win a game when we didn't play as well as we should have. So it's always good to get a win, even if you don't play your best game. So I think that's a positive. Won the turnover battle again, so that's a positive going forward, because you definitely need to create extra opportunities for yourself in big time games. Something simple like just getting the football back to Brett where he needs it. Is that cold weather? I'm sure the ball was slick. How do you overcome that? Is that a mental thing? It is. I think it's a mental thing, and just not being able to do the little things in a game like this is frustrating. That's stuff that you take for granted, but it's stuff that you got to practice every week as well. So we need to get better. That's for sure. Moving on to next week. What about some scores you'd be curious about right now from around the state that might dictate where you go? Lexington York score. York won 14-7. Okay. The Grand Island Northwest Hastings score.
Hastings, let me see here. Hastings, this was 30-19, the final. Hastings a winner.
Okay.
Waverly shut out Norris 24-0. And I think Aurora won as well.
Yeah, that was the other one. Aurora Seward was the other one that kind of dictated to us. McCook Alliance score would impact us as well.
I don't have that final, but
so those would be our district games, and then Hastings and Aurora are the other two teams that we played that count for PowerPoint. So those are all the games that kind of dictate us whether we're moving points or losing points. So those are the ones that we were really concerned about tonight. And I do know that we'll be on the road next week. Kind of how those games were shaken out tonight would dictate the top 8 seeds, probably the top 10 seeds for sure. So it was kind of going into it, there was about 4 different scenarios. So we'll have to go back, look on, pencil and paper and see which one it is.
Simply put, with your demeanor right now, it's pretty obvious. You don't care where you're going because you know you're going somewhere, and you got your own football team to worry about to get better.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can worry about right now. I do like the style that we play this time of year is a positive for us, is a benefit for us. So I do like that. I would imagine anybody that sees us at the 12 seed and they're the 5 seed is gonna have a big week of preparation for us, because we're gonna bring our style of football to wherever we go, and we're not gonna back down from whoever it is. So
yeah,
we'll be ready. We'll be ready for the playoffs. We'll be ready for next week. We're definitely gonna have to play a lot better than we did tonight, but our kids will be ready. I promise you that.
Yeah, program pedigree definitely rings true with Scottsbluff. So like you said, a 5 seed's they're going to look at that and say, well, we got a really good football team coming in here, regardless of what we think of what they've done this year. This is a program that knows how to win.
Yeah, and I think Class B is such a fun class to be a part of this year. There's so many good teams. I think there's definitely a top 3 or 4 that have kind of separated themselves from everybody else. But then after that, everyone just kind of in a big group. All the really good teams in Class B have just beat up on each other. So I think they're going to separate themselves in the bracket nicely. So if you get the right matchup in the first round, you never know what will happen.
Coach O'Boyle, thoughts on, those guys came to play tonight. Like you said, they practiced to play a football game, and if you're Coach O'Boyle, hopefully the problem is they don't have another game to play to build on this immediately. They're going to have to build on it in the off season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're doing things the right way. Coach O'Boyle's a good friend of mine, a good football coach. He's definitely going to have the Gering program moving in the right direction. Great for kids, great for the community. Hopefully sticks around for a long time and can develop a solid football program for Gering.
Coach, we'll let you go. Congrats on the win. Another trip to the state playoffs. Can't take those for granted. Nope. And so anytime you can qualify for the postseason, that's a major success. We'll see what shakes out with the PowerPoints, and we'll get set to pack it up and head east somewhere.
Somewhere back east. We'll come riding in on our bus and see what happens.
All right, Judd Hall, appreciate you stopping up, Coach. Have a good rest of the weekend, man.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
We'll come back with more right after this on our Runs a Postgame show.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
Waverly. 4 is now going to be
Hastings.
Norris. No, Hastings. Oh yeah, so it goes Bennington, Hastings wins. Elkhorn, Waverly, Aurora, Norris. I think we're going to go to Aurora.
Well, that's good.
If they want it. Yeah.
That's good.
That's good. And then the day shift, don't have to spend the night in a hotel with all this COVID crap. So we don't have to worry about a hotel. We don't have to worry about anything. It's a normal Friday thing. So that's what I think. Who knows what it'll be when I look at my computer. But.
Wrapping up with a quick talk with Coach Hall, kind of breaking down where he thinks maybe things could shake out, possibly a trip to Aurora, a team that Scottsbluff has played already once this year. They trailed that game by just 1 point at halftime. Went on to play a pretty poor second half and got taken to the woodshed by the Huskies on the road. But again, like he said, who knows what it looks like when he sits down at his computer later tonight, or the way things shake out come tomorrow morning. Let's get a check on these post-game numbers right now. Again, post-game stats brought to you by Paul Reed Construction and Supply. Those folks have been in business for over 35 years, headquartered in Gering, and they've also got the Rock Pile Division service and equipment. I'll turn it over to Adam Osting.
Yeah, so rushing, Gering had 138 yards rushing to Bluff's 253. Brady Razimski led Gering on rushing with 89 yards. Oswishis came in with 9 yards, and Eli Thompson in the second half really had some success running the ball with 38 yards. As far as for Scottsbluff, Galindo had 102 yards. Jackson Ostick led the Bearcats with 119 yards, and Hill had 42 yards of his own. As for passing, Gering had 98 yards passing, with Hunter Hayden throwing the ball around really pretty well tonight, and Hill had 118 yards passing on a pass of 25 yards, 41 yards, 39 yards, some deep passes over the middle between the safeties on that 2-deep look at Gering. Scottsbluff really had some success doing that. So total yardage-wise, Gering had 236 to Bluff's 371. You know, that's probably the best yard. I don't know for sure, but that's a great output for Gering on this season.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, at one point in the second half, after watching Gering offensively tonight, it was shocking they'd average 6 points a game coming in, because there were stretches tonight they just flat out moved the football, simply running the ball against Scottsbluff.
And I think you said it best. You wish Gering had another game or two really to get this thing rolling, because that offense is really starting to click. I think guys are buying into the program, but a lot to build on for Gering and Scottsbluff. Western Nebraska's got to root for the hometown teams, get them through the playoffs, because Class B is very good. It's going to be really exciting to see some good football played next week.
34-12 the final. We'll come back and get to our Taco John's players of the game, one for each team, coming up right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
For the past 44 years, Platte Valley Vacuum and Sewing has been serving the Wyobraska area. That's quite a long time. At Platte Valley Vac and Sew, you'll find quality sewing machines, quilting and embroidery machines, even sergers from name brands such as Pfaff and Babylock, both known for their well-made machinery. Keep in mind you'll receive one-on-one lessons with your machine purchase. Platte Valley Vac and Sew also offers a fine selection of 100% cotton quilting fabrics and a great selection of threads and notions to assist you in most any quilting or embroidery project you might have. For all your sewing machine quilting needs, stop by Platte Valley Vac and Sew, downtown Scottsbluff.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
We're back on our Runs of Post-Game Show, and I'm glad we're going to get a chance to visit with Gering head coach Danny O'Boyle, making his way up here right now, and be curious to see what Coach has to say after a really game performance from his. Yeah, it's a little warmer in here, Coach, than it is outside. I think your guys up here in the box coaching tonight, we're glad to be up here. Hey, I hope everybody realizes the final score tonight, not very indicative of how hard your kids played. I don't know what you said to them after the game, but they all deserve a pat on the back. 0-8, tough Class B powerhouse, pretty brutal, cold conditions. They could have easily packed it in. They did exactly the opposite of that here tonight.
Yeah, I'm extremely proud of our guys. Sorry, I got to catch my breath.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
You know, they played extremely hard. You know, I think that we're against all odds tonight, you know, coming in here on the road, and we really didn't have, you know, anything to play for, figuratively, and our guys, I thought we controlled the line of scrimmage most of the night. We executed our game plan extremely well. I think the big difference that kind of stands out was, you know, we had a few things that didn't go our way in the first half, and that really hurt us a lot. Obviously, going out and scoring and getting that first touchdown called back and not getting any points out of that was huge. But, you know, just some little things here and there, and you know, we told our guys, you know, just to play, and we'll take care of the rest, you know, all the extracurricular stuff. Let us take care of that. You guys just play, and they did an excellent job tonight.
Don't you wish you had another game to play next week after the way your kids played tonight? They probably proved something to themselves And now instead of building and having kids fired up to come to practice Monday, you and your staff have got to figure out a way to turn this into a build during the off season. That's tough, but at least you have it. But man, I know you wanted to play next week now.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I told Dave earlier. It's just it sucks that we waited till week 9 to kind of put everything together, and that's the way it goes sometimes. But our kids were ready to play tonight, and they had, I thought they did really control the game for much of the game. Not all of it, obviously, because Scottsbluff obviously did some really good things and drove down the field quite a few times. And but yeah, it's one of those things where we're glad that the seniors stepped up and they gave us everything we had tonight, and that's all we can ask of them. And the underclassmen, they did a good job of buying in. We had a lot of younger guys playing this season due to injuries or quarantines or whatever, and so we did get some good experience with some good core group of younger guys, and so we definitely have that to build on. But this is going to be a monumental off season for us.
Yeah, a couple of kids we probably need to mention. I mean, I'll probably leave out a few. Let's start with Brady. Just a tough son of a gun. Will play through injury, switch positions midstream, do whatever's asked by the coaching staff. Talk about Brady Radzimski and kind of just what he means to the program and just how tough he is.
Oh, I just love the kid to death. He's, he and Nate Roessler are probably the two hardest working guys we had, and unfortunately we lost Nate earlier in the year due to injury. And Brady's been that guy that's been a leader for us the whole way. Even when he was injured for 2 weeks, and having to play quarterback at the beginning of the year, something just out of his element. But at the time, he seemed like the best guy for the job, and he really took the reins and ran with it. And then, it just kind of worked out to where him getting hurt and moving Hunter to quarterback, it ended up being able to put Brady back at his natural position, and he was able to shine a little bit there the last couple games. And, he's the type of guy that, you wish you had 10 or 11 of those guys in the program, and you hate to see their careers end because just of how much influence and impact they have on a program.
How about Hunter Hayden? I mean, this kid, very little varsity experience at any position, much less quarterback. You stick him in there. I mean, he looked pretty good out here tonight. Of course, you made it easy on him with the throws, but for a kid that played very little varsity high school football to step into a situation like this tonight and perform the way he did, man, hats off to him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I told him that after the game. I said, I'm extremely proud of you. You stepped in and did an excellent job for us, and something that wasn't a natural thing for him to do, but he bought in, and he really improved on quite a few things week in and week out. There's obviously some struggles that come with that, but for him to step in with no, like you said, pretty much no varsity experience, and then get thrown into a starting quarterback role at a Class B school, I thought he did a tremendous job for what we needed him to do.
Owicius and Zwickel. I know we're not going to cover all the kids that probably deserve a little bit of credit tonight, but those two, I mean, they put the pads on tonight and they're ready to hit.
Yeah, it was big. I thought Trey played one of his best games of the year tonight, and that's awesome to see, going out like that. And Owicius, he's a guy that's improved every single week. He didn't play last year. We talked him into coming out this year, and we could see some of those struggles from taking that year off early on. But right about week 4 on, he's gotten better every week, and he just seems natural out there, and he's naturally aggressive. He's a great kid off the field. It's just good to see those guys play well tonight. Just really feel for them the way it ended. And we told them, that's the way it's going to go sometimes in life, and you just got to be able to pick yourself up and keep rolling with the punches, because not everything's going to go your way, and you've got to be tough enough to handle adversity and move forward.
I'll get you out of here with one more, and this might be a long answer, and it's a question you've probably answered on air, with friends, with your father, with family, with your buddies, with your brother, 100,000 times. You mentioned monumental off season. What is it going to take for the kids at Gering High to realize what it takes to be a winning football team, and how do you put that all together and use tonight as a small building block?
Well, I think especially the guys on the sideline saw what it takes tonight. We had dang near 100% effort from every kid on the field tonight. There was obviously a couple plays where we had some lapses and some effort was questioned a little bit, but it's going to take these guys studying the game. Our football IQ is very low this year, and that's something that can really help us if we can improve upon that. And just learning the game of football and understanding why we're doing things the way we are, and why they're in the positions that they are based off of offensive or defensive alignment. And we've got to hit the weight room. I'd say probably every game this year there's been at least some point where that has come into play. And our guys are doing a great job in there right now, but at this point for juniors and seniors, it's almost to the point where it's too late for them to try and bust their butts in the weight room now to try and see those results pay off in this small window. And so that's something we've been stressing to our younger guys. And in this off season, we're going to try to get guys that aren't out for winter sports into the weight room at least 3 times a week and get them some speed training, because that's really where we're lacking, is our physicality and our speed. So it's just going to take buying into every aspect. And I'm very thankful that the kids bought in the way they did. We could have very easily showed up tonight and folded the tent as soon as Scottsbluff scored after stopping us, and they didn't. And I think our guys just continued to buy in, and they saw that sometimes we do have a general idea of what we're doing as a coaching staff. I know it doesn't always seem that way, but they really bought in and gave us everything they had tonight. And so I think the kids that were here especially, they saw that, and that's basically what it's going to take. It's going to take them trusting us and us trusting them. It's a mutual partnership, and us believing in them to get the job done. So we got a lot of things to work on this offseason, but I would say, the big 2 glaring things to me are our football IQ and our strength and our speed.
Because the schedule just gives you no breaks. I mean, Class B, it's brutal. Yep. I mean, when you got to play the teams you got to play, if you're not prepared physically, it's going to be a tough go. And your coaching chop showed tonight, Coach O'Boyle. Just like I mentioned at one point, the simplicity of rolling Hunter out, limiting his reads, giving him just 1 or 2 kids to throw the football to, making it easy on a football player to try to make a play. That's a credit to the coaching staff.
Well, I mean, it's just taking what your guys give you, and that's something that we probably could have done a better job of throughout the year. But tonight especially, it just seemed to work well for us. And Hunter's a very intelligent kid, and so when you can limit it to 1 or 2 reads right there, he makes us look a little bit better than we actually are. But it's just one of those things that you got to go with what you have. And like we said earlier, I wish we had another game to work with these guys, because I feel like there's just so many things we can build off of from tonight. But unfortunately, that's just the way it goes.
And I know I said I'd get you out of here a moment ago, but you mentioned the kids on the sideline tonight saw what it would take. I'll tell you one thing Adam and I both noticed early. The kids on the sideline were dialed in, leaving their feet excited, high-fiving their teammates when they came off the field. So you love to see that buy-in, and guys were willing to just be on the sideline watching in freezing cold temperatures and like you said, not ready to pack it in yet.
Right. I think it was 2 or 3 days ago we questioned them at the end of practice. We said, when you guys go home tonight, I want you to think about something. Think about what your role is on the team. Think about it if you feel like you deserve something more, if you feel like you've earned that, or if you just expect it to be given to you. Think about what your role has been this year, offense, defense, special teams, sideline, whatever, and ask yourself and truly reflect on if you've truly bought into your role this year. And I think tonight, those guys finally understood that, and I think they all did. I think they bought into their role. The sideline excitement, that's not really something that we've had all year, and so I think our guys on the field, when they're coming off the field, they definitely feed off of those guys, because those are the guys that are helping to make them better every single day. And so when they can buy into each other and feed off of each other and grow, then it just turns into an overall good environment.
Coach, I'm glad you stopped up. We need to have this chat, and hopefully people are listening, paying attention, because you can hear how much Coach O'Boyle cares about this program and the want to make it back into a winner. So, Coach, congratulations. I know the score doesn't reflect a coach that would normally feel great about things, but I know you feel good about the way your team played tonight.
Yeah, I definitely feel like we took a big step forward and set ourselves up to move forward as a program.
Gering head coach Danny O'Boyle after the Bulldogs lose tonight 34-12. Coach, thank you, and have a good rest of the weekend.
Thanks, guys.
You bet. Final score here, 34-12 the final. And let's go ahead and get to our Taco John's players of the game as Gering wraps up their season at 0-9. Let's start with our Gering selection for tonight. A lot of different kids played well, as you heard Coach talk about, but we're going to go with Brady Radzimski. Swiss Army knife, you called him during the game. Coachable, does whatever's asked of him. tough kid, plays bigger than his size, scored both touchdowns tonight. So Brady Radzimski, our Gering Taco John's player of the game.
Yeah, what a great kid. A senior, went out there, really laid it on the line, and that's something he can really hang his hat on in his career there at Gering. Successful guy, and he's going to do great things.
Let's take a look at the Scottsbluff side. Alex Galindo scored twice. Jackson Ostick scored twice, and J.O. went for 119. Alex had 102. So let's just go with the numbers there and go with Jackson Ostick as our Taco John's player of the game tonight. A little family member getting a nod for you. So I know you enjoyed sitting up here watching him play tonight.
I sure did. I'm calling the Gering games all year. I haven't been able to catch a game of his, but he's a great player, great vision, good athlete, and he gets to come back next year. So really some exciting stuff brewing for Scottsbluff. They're not done yet.
Also, he's just a good kid, a tough kid, and a winning type mentality.
He is. He's just a great kid, smart kid, great work ethic. Hits the gym. Can't say enough good things about Jackson, little cuz.
Final score tonight, 34-12, and I'd be remiss if I didn't say thank you to you, Adam. Came to you in the summertime, asked if you might be interested in helping Jeff out doing color, and I wasn't available to work the opening week, so sat down and watched that opening night game against Torrington on KNDB.TV, and it wasn't 10 minutes in. I probably text Bill, and I said, we made a good call here. Adam's doing a great job, football knowledge, and excitement to be in the booth. So I appreciate all the effort and the work you put in. And, sure hope you can do it again next year. Great job, and I appreciate it.
Thanks so much, and thank you for the opportunity. I work for a great company, and I got to watch a lot of really great football this year. So thank you for the opportunity, and, hopefully I didn't screw it up too bad.
No, I enjoyed it tonight. Glad we got to work together. And, folks, we're going to call it good here tonight. Scottsbluff will move to the second season. Gering wraps up at 0-9. That'll do it from Bearcat Stadium. Have a great rest of your Friday night. And go Huskers. Pregame tomorrow, 960, 100.3. Bright and early at 5. 94 won the brand at 9:10. Kickoff at 10 tomorrow morning at Ohio State. 34-12 the final. That'll do it from here tonight.
With Taco John's at 7:15 and 21st Century Equipment Monogram Money at 8:15.
It's a brand new morning built by Paul Reed Construction, PRC Industrial Refurbishing in the Rock Pile in Gering.
Monday morning, 6 to 10.
94.1 The Brand.
If you came across someone struggling with hunger,